That was super awesome. Really, really to have Futura come on and play us that set. Um, Always great to have, more and more musicians and DJs coming and joining the ranks at TokenSmart because we really love music. It's like, just the universal language. Um, so yeah, stoked. Make sure I've been dropping the links. I'll do one more big drop here of all of them together in case you want to jump over. Definitely give a follow over on the old Twitter and the Twitch that he just fired up for being able to live stream in here and of course use it in the future. But that's a freshie, so I wanted to see if we could get him a bunch of follows over there on that new Twitch that he just set up. And yeah, that was super, super, super great tunes. I was grooving the whole time. We are set for a pretty crazy episode. I think it's going to be hot. We got OGs in the house, Connie Digital and Skeenee. Skeenee sent me a grip of skull, so I've been dropping that to you guys. Super generous. And yeah, we're just about a minute away from our scheduled podcast timing. So in just a second here, I am going to get switched over onto the old PC. And Futura, if you're here and you're on mic, if you want to jump on for a second, say hello. You're more than welcome.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're coming through nice and clear. I'm glad we did the audio test the day before.
Yeah, awesome. I'm glad it worked out. Well, thanks everyone. That was fun. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was a really great set. I know just from, watching the chat there and all the gifts rolling in, everybody had a blast. So we have a podcast kicking off now, and that's I think the episode's about 45 minutes today. Cool. And then we'll get together afterwards and hang out and talk, and then have an after party. And we'll have some. If you want to play another little set, you're more than welcome to stick around and do that. We may have a little bit of live music at the after party as well. So yeah, just thanks so much
Awesome.
for coming by. Hopefully we get you some, bump up the numbers. I know you had just made that Twitch account, so hopefully you should get some follows over there. And we would, absolutely love to have you back.
Awesome. I'm super grateful. Thanks for having me. I'd love to come back. It was really fun.
Cool. Well,
I'll try to log in.
Welcome to the TokenSmart fam.
Awesome. Thank you. I'll try to come back. So you say in like 45 minutes, an hour? Is that
so yeah, more like an hour. We usually listen to the episode and then, kind of depends if you are motivated to jump on the mic. We have a little bit of a kind of community, just conversation slotted. So, probably, yeah, I think the episode is 47 minutes, and then we usually talk for maybe 15 or 20, and then we just rock out to some more music. So yeah, if you're available and you want to hang out, that'd be awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll log in for a sec. Awesome. Thank you so much for everything.
Great. I'll
catch you later. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Okay, and with that, I am also going to switch over, and I'll be off voice, but you guys should have the episode coming through here in just a minute. So maybe let me know in the chat if it's coming through all right, and I'm going to click over now.
All right, TokenSmart podcast with a exciting crew to sit down and talk with. Sitting here with a couple of OGs in the space, Connie Digital and Skeenee. And we were sort of like brought together. Well, we were brought together a long time ago, but brought together again recently by a lot of the headlines that are going on with NFTs exploding and a lot of like mainstream people and projects and opinions and ideas coming into the space. And honestly, it's something that I've like been vocal about and has really like, I don't know what the word is or the term is, like ruffled my feathers or something. I hate that, but it bothers me. Right. And I'm trying to like sort of toe the line between like being like some cranky OG that like can't adapt to like the changing landscape, to also like sticking up for what is right and like making it known publicly for who like actually built this space and who actually like the contributors. Main contributors are and like the real innovators in the space. And right now I feel like I'm sitting here with two of them who I just feel like have routinely gotten sort of overlooked and snubbed with a lot of this space exploding right now. So I'm honored to sit here with two of the most knowledgeable people and most innovative people in the space, Connie and Skeenee, and would love to dive into some of the recent things that have happened. And Connie, man, you've been burned. This has been like a history for a long time. Skeenee just had like the world record for like the shittiest week, I think, in like humanity, based on like people stealing his concept and his money. Yo, man, I'll pass the mic to Skeenee first, man, just because it's the most like recent thing that's happened, but really looking forward to diving into all this stuff with both of you. So, Skeenee, man, what the fuck, dude?
What the fuck indeed, man? What a crazy fucking week! I can't believe it, man. I think it's your fault, actually. You started
really?
I
would love to hear this one.
I think you started like training your world-breaking tricks on crypto voxel, and now you're somehow bringing it to the real world, man. You fucking glitched the real world. What the fuck?
Breaking the things, man. Well, that's why I'm bringing you on, man. We might as well break this together.
Yeah, let's have fun. But dude, what the hell, man? What a week! I don't even know where to start, man.
Well, dude, start with the burning of the NFT and everything, because as soon as I saw that, I was like, dude, Skeenee did this like a million years ago. Did people start once that happened? Well, can you fill people in on exactly what happened? Let's give people who are listening like the backstory in case they're out.
We start by the beginning. Okay, well, basically in December 2019, I think it was Boulogne. Puffin and myself had the idea to burn a painting and just exactly what Burn Banksy is doing, basically. Just burning a painting and tokenizing the original to see. It was a test at the time, basically. Like we had the same argument that we're having now, basically. Like traditional artists didn't understand the value of NFTs, and they didn't believe that it had any value if you couldn't put it in your home and touch it and show it to your friends, basically. So they're like, okay, fine. Let's try to do this test, man. Burn a bunch of paintings, and then we put them on sale as NFTs and see what the reaction of the people was going to be.
What was the reaction at the time?
Dude, it was crazy, man. Like my fans got mental, man. Completely insane. Like I got such a huge emotional reaction to this. I think at a point I've been called like one of the best insults I've received in my life. Like an art burning ISIS motherfucker, man.
Wow, it went like straight terrorist on you.
Yeah, like right away.
Because why? Because people just didn't they don't understand NFTs, or what was why did it cause? Do you think it caused such a reaction?
I think it's just okay. Like the test we're doing is basically like, does it have any value? And how are people going to react? And it turns out that, it does have, NFTs have value if you, more value than real life art, actually. But people are still super attached to real life art. And we also choose the paintings that we were going to burn carefully. Like we basically choose like the cutest piece I was doing at the time, which are the little birds. And then, I had people begging me, like, I got flooded by messages of people begging me not to do it. Because, at the point, we pushed it even like to the next level. Like, we started with the NFT minus art, where we destroyed the original. And then, to take the decision out of my hands, we started with NFT plus minus art. Basically, the winner of the auction was the one who was going to choose to destroy the real life art to make the NFT unique, or to be sent both, basically. And that's when people got even angrier, because they were accusing me basically to holding them hostage and forcing them to buy my art in order for me not to destroy it. I thought that was
interesting. Well, dude, that's probably why the Banksy thing like blew up, right? Like people had similar reactions to that on like a larger scale. They were just appalled that someone would do something like that in the first place. And did you stumble upon that story first, or did people start hitting you up, or how did you realize that that all came about?
No, first of all, man, like my first reaction to the story, I saw it on Twitter. I was like, I don't know. I thought it was funny at first. Like, hey, look, this guy is doing the same shit that we had the idea to do a year ago. Like, oh, how interesting. Like, it's the same reasoning. Like, new people that come into space have the same reasoning. And I talked to Boulogne about it, and we both had a laugh. You have to know that, like, okay, like, I've done so many experiments in this space, and never my goal was to be the first to do them. I don't think if you read my blog post, I'm never there. Oh, look at me, I'm the first to do this shit.
Right.
That never was the fucking point. But so yeah, I've let it slide, and then I started. All right, do you remember a year and a half ago how we were trying to convince all our friends that NFTs was the future? And you and I had this discussion, and I think we both came up to the same conclusion that we gave up. Basically, I gave up trying to explain this shit. And now, man, it's been like a week or two that I keep on receiving messages from my real life friends.
Yeah.
Like, just talking about NFTs, whatever. And that particular day, like when the Guardian article was released, I wake up and I had like 10 messages on my phone of people asking me, hey, dude, what the fuck, man? Weren't you doing that like a year ago? How come this guy is taking credit? And I got pissed off, man. Not because I wasn't credited to be the first, but more that because this,
Right.
I mean, Bernd Banksy was just pretending he was.
Right.
So,
Dude, I feel like a lot of us who have been in this space for a long time can absolutely identify that with that. Like a lot of us, and I bet Connie can co-sign on it as well, because, you know, a lot of us have just been tinkering around and experimenting with things for the love of experimentation and just seeing what happens, and not necessarily trying to like put our flag on the map with being the first of anything. But yeah, shit, dude, if someone like does something that you did first and then like wants to make a big deal out of it, it's sort of like, what the fuck, right? So Connie, I got to talking to Skeenee about this, right? And I was pissed off on Skeenee's behalf because I, you know, can identify with people, you know, sort of, you know, mooching off of ideas that I feel like I've come up with and everything. And Skeenee was like, I've been talking to Connie, and I was like, yes, like bring Connie into this conversation, man. He's exactly who I want to bring into this conversation. So, dude, interested to hear how you got pulled into this conversation in the first place. I can guess, but also interested in your perspective in general, man, about just like the influx of like people coming into this space and, you know, taking credit or ownership for things that, you know, are, you know, not theirs. And dude, it drives me crazy, man. If like another person starts following me on Twitter that I've never heard of that calls themselves like an NFT expert or an NFT authority or something, I feel like I want to throw my microphone through the wall. So I feel like this is my safe place right now where I can just vent to like, you know, other people who suffered the same plight. Connie, talk to me, man. Like how did you get pulled in, and what's your perspective, dude?
Yeah, digital. Check it out, man. I want to say that I absolutely wanted to stake my flag in the ground as the first to do shit. Like I totally had that intention with a lot of this shit. So yeah, just being completely fucking honest. Like that's the reason why I'm on this call.
Hey,
like,
good, man. Yes.
Yeah, for real. And so I got roped into this conversation because I seen on Twitter Skeenee was going off, man. And I was just like, what the fuck? And he hit me up. You guys have both hit me up. One on Twitter, one on Discord, and we're all just kind of talking individually, and then we kind of set up a group chat or whatever. But I want to say this. First of all, Skeenee did this shit a long time ago, 2019, like he said. Right? It's fully documented. There's actual video of him doing this, and clearly anybody who knows anything about blockchain technology understands that it's great for time stamping history. So not only is there video evidence, there's proof on the blockchain that this has happened before. He's the first to do it, to my knowledge. And I will also say there's also proof that Ashton Kutcher, the actor, the investor, the big name Hollywood star, he did this as well in 2020. He partnered with Cryptograph, which is a NFT tokenizing platform that has a philanthropic sort of nonprofit angle where a percentage of each sale goes to the nonprofit of your choice. And Ashton created an artwork. He burned it on video. So now there's only one that lives digitally as an NFT, and they sold it, and a portion of those sales went to a nonprofit. So all this is documented too. So whoever burned Banksy is and whatever they're claiming is false. But the problem is, this is how quote unquote fake news and false stories spread is because a lot of these people have larger reach, larger audience, more pull. And these publications that reach out to them and that they talk to have an even larger audience most times. And so whatever they say kind of gets published, and it won't be redacted. People won't correct and rewrite and edit the story to correct history. They'll just keep running with their bullshit. And there's more to talk about this on the music front. I'm just getting started. Digital.
Yes.
Dude, talk about the music front, man, because do you have like a list of like firsts or whatever off the top of your head, or like I know you've been like trying to put your flag in the ground, man, because I feel like excuse me, so many audio music conversations come up that leave you out of the picture, and it's hard to really understand why, man. It's hard to know if it's like a lack of just good journalism. It's hard to know if it's like literally people just trying to steal the spotlight and, you know, take credit for, you know, things that they don't deserve credit for. You know, true or false, man? Did you release the first audio MP3?
Yeah,
or I mean, audio NFT. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, so there's definitely a distinction between MP3 and MP4 NFTs.
Okay, cool.
MP3 actually came later. MP4 came first.
Yes, you're right.
Maker's Place, Super Rare, I believe, were the first platforms to kind of open up an MP4 option. I do know for sure, definitely the first hip hop song tokenized as an NFT. And I'll just go back to, because people kind of claim that there's like this other thing that lives on the counterparty blockchain, which nobody fucking uses. All right. NFTs, ERC 721 started with Crypto Kitties in 2017. CryptoPunks kind of started that and has migrated over with Rap, CryptoPunks, whatever. But anything on counterparty to me doesn't fucking count as an NFT. You could say what you want to say. But to me, yes, I tokenized the first hip hop song, the first original song. I'm songwriter, recording artist. It was produced alongside Noah Stone. And that was released on March 11th, 2020 on Maker's Place. So yeah, I totally think I'm the first to do that.
So your shit should be like the punks of like audio NFTs, basically, right? Disclaimer, I own one. But like basically, right? I mean, if we're talking like the reason punks are like OG NFTs is because they were like the first thing of its type, right? So if we're like looking at the music version of that, your shit should be in that category. And I say that like even beyond like, you know, just like, you know, say hip hop isn't like everyone's flavor or whatever, and that's fine. And you know, in all honesty, I don't think punks are everyone's flavor either, but you still like respect the OG status of something being an innovative first in the spot, regardless of how you feel about like the actual like aesthetics of punks or the actual like content of the you know, MP4 or whatever. It should hold its own water regardless of what it is, whether it's like classical music or like, you know, some huge musician or some like musician that nobody's ever heard of. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, a lot of other things in this space are starting to be looked at like that, like, you know, being given respect for the OG status and like first innovation, first thing to do this, first thing to do that. And I'm like, at some point in time, it seems like you should get your due. What do you make of like what I was saying earlier, man? Do you think it's like an intentional snub? Do you think it's like lack of like research? Do you think it's something in between? What do you make of like, you know, the whole situation?
Yeah, so I was having a conversation with My World a few days ago. Shout out to My World.
Love My World.
Yeah, man, we got some heat coming. Actually dropping today.
Awesome.
I think this audio will be out next week, but yeah, anyway. Yeah, so we were talking and he was basically saying like, as more and more people come into this space, it's so new that they almost feel like any idea is a new idea or the first time something has been done, right? Mm-hmm. And I think for a lot of us, I could speak for myself specifically here, you know, my audience is not as wide as someone like a Tory Lanez, who's like a famous hip hop artist, or, you know, somebody who has more reach and more popularity mainstream in the Web 2 world. And so when they claim to do something, I think they get more of that clout because this has been so niche for such a long time, and we've been at this for years now, right? Yeah. So a lot of that stuff kind of gets forgotten, and you have to, I think, reiterate and maybe bring it up to people's attention and just kind of like toot your own horn. I'm not one to always like brag and be like, hey, I did this, or check out what, like, if you pay attention to me, that's not my energy. I don't do that shit. But I feel like I should start getting on that shit. That's what my world tells me. I need to talk my shit.
I've thought the same thing to myself, man. You know, I tried to. I run my mouth a lot, but I try not to like really, dig in like that. But I've started to think the same thing. Sorry, Skeenee, what were you gonna say, man?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not that difficult to verify that kind of shit, man. We're a community that's quite united, man. Just fucking log on, ask on Discord, ask on Twitter. You'll have an answer straight, man. And the thing that pissed me off with Banksy, or just another thing, is like, dude, I tried to reach to him, and I sent him a message and everything, and now the guy just fucking like ducks his head in the sand and refuses to listen to what the fuck we're doing, man. I don't get it, man. It's like as if somebody just I don't know, comes to your place, doesn't say hello, open the door, fucking doesn't wipe his feet, just destroy your fucking living room, open your fridge and pisses in it, man. What the fuck is this? I don't know.
That is when it seems like intentional, right? Because proper form would be like I tend to agree with what Connie's saying and can co-sign on what my world is saying. I think some people are just oblivious, but proper form would be, if something like that happens, then you own up, right? You're like, my bad, at least like a my bad.
And plus, we're a super. One thing I love about this community is the exchange of ideas. I think I would have loved to have a fucking conversation with him, man. We had the same. We probably have a lot of things in common because he talked about the same shit. But no, instead of having a conversation, he just fucking hides in his little like clubhouse echo chamber. I mean, fuck that, man. What is this? Anyway, sorry for the rant.
No, dude, that's a whole nother.
Connie is the technical guy. I just run my mouth.
Yo, so good. Go ahead, Connie. What were you gonna say, man?
No, it's all good. Like, Skeenee has every reason to be upset. Proper form, like you said, Rizzle, would be to, say my bad. Like, I didn't know. I apologize, and I'll set the record straight publicly. Like, give Skeenee his clout, his recognition. Because he deserves it, and he should be held up as the first to do such a thing, because clearly he wasn't the first and he wasn't the last. I think this will be a thing going forward. The idea of only the digital version will exist. The physical has been burned, and it's a thing, So shit, he started.
Thanks.
Agreement. So you guys were both also like way in front of the curve in terms of like social currencies and sort of building a brand out that way. And obviously Roll got hacked a few days ago, and Skeenee, I know your token took a huge hit. Connie, I didn't see yours in publicly. Did yours get wrecked as well, or how did you fare with that whole situation?
Yeah, man. Never really been too focused on price per se. But yeah, it completely crashed through the floor below 0 cents back to the beginning. It has recovered slightly, but yeah, pretty terrible.
Dude, that, I don't know. I've got a thick skin, man, and I really need it's difficult to put me down, but that shit put me to my knees, man. What the fuck? this is how it happened, man. It was the breakfast for me, man. I was talking with McMaster. Okay, shout out to McMaster at MagNFT, because he keeps on telling me that I never like give him credit for shit, but the guy rocks.
There you go. You're setting the record straight today, man.
Maudit Canadien, voilà ton shout out. And anyway, so like every morning I take my coffee, I do a bit of like ERC20 trading, and I'm talking with him, and I see like, I was just checking whale and trading some whale. I think that's when I see the price on CoinGecko from whale going to I think it was almost at $40, going from $40 to $2, man. Boom. And I just laughed my ass off, and I was like, hey, Mag, look, I think there's a bug on CoinGecko. Then I pull out, man, and I see all the fucking currencies one by one. Boom, 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 boom. Dude, fucking Skull went from like 0.25 to less than a cent.
Yeah.
I mean, I can rant, man, because what the fuck happened? Like, I don't know. I love Sid and Brad D, dude. like Connie and I, like Connie, you know them from longer than I do, but I've known them since like September 2019, I think. And those guys are, I mean, I'm super conflicted about this shit because they're awesome, man.
Yeah.
Like they've helped me. They're super knowledgeable about NFT, about social money. They've taught me so many things, like about like token security, about finances, about I mean, fuck. I think the person I've learned the most from is Sid, man. Sid is awesome.
Yeah.
And dude, 10% of my fucking total supply of Skull was on a hot wallet. How the fuck is that possible? I mean, it's so unlike them. I don't understand. Like they told me about token security. One of the reasons why I had no problem leaving my Skull with them is that I trust them more than I trust myself with this shit. Like, I don't know. And you're right. I was listening to your podcast yesterday, man. Yeah, just don't give the keys to the castle to somebody else. And you're just completely fucking right, man. I should have fucking cold walleted this shit. And that's what I'm going to do, actually, when the investigation is over.
Dude, they make I mean, dude, I've had the same experience with them that you have, man. We've had them on the podcast multiple times. Great people, super knowledgeable. And they, they pave the way very nicely for people who don't want to fuck around with smart contracts to just get on board with them and let them handle all the, under the hood stuff. And so, it's a good product with like a good use case, but shit, man, you hate to see this kind of thing happen, regardless. What, Connie, man, what's your take on the whole situation?
Totally unfortunate. It's a bad situation all the way around. I know a lot of communities were negatively affected by this. Some communities got totally wiped out. Definitely a learning lesson. I just hope everybody can, learn something and come back stronger from this. Not sure why so much was in the hot wallet. Don't really have answers for that.
Nobody does, man. It's just...
Yeah, it's crazy.
Do you feel like they should be doing like more to compensate people? That's like the big thing. I'm sort of like walking into the fire here. I'm not like too familiar with what goes on with the thing, but I'm like 500K. I don't know what their business has made. Are you like, given what happened? What happened has happened, right? Do you guys feel like they've had the appropriate response?
Well, dude, what can they do, man? Like,
I don't know.
They're gonna wreck their company if they compensate everybody. I think the first thing they should do is they should burn their share of the tokens that have been affected. Why would they get to keep their share of Skull when they've lost like 10% of my supply? So the first thing to do, I think that would be fair, is just burn that shit. And then I don't know, man. I don't understand how they're gonna compensate people and not go bankrupt.
Yeah, I don't know either, man. It's a tough situation. They got themselves in a jam there. Connie, I mean, you were also one of the first people to do a lot of things with social currencies. Do you feel like you get the respect you deserve on that end, or is this like a similar story to like the music NFT scene where you've had a tendency to get overlooked in the past? To be fair, man, I do feel like the OG Alliance, if there's not an official one, but I do see like DCL Blogger, giving you respect. Matt from Sen obviously like shouts you out periodically. So, dude, I like the like unofficial OG Alliance we have that continues to like keep each other's names out there and in front of people, because I feel like that is what it takes, man. That's sort of what we were saying earlier, how we've got to like continue to put our flag in the ground if people are gonna know what's up. So yeah, man, how do you feel about like the social currency scene and like your ideas that have been adopted by other people and that whole thing?
Yeah. And I just had a thought too. Remind me to come back to the whole music NFT tokenizing the first album, supposedly blah. Anyway,
yes.
Yeah, the social token thing, so early on with that too. And I feel like there was a point in time when I wasn't getting recognition or acknowledgement or whatever. And, that has changed since then. I've definitely been getting more recognition and acknowledgement on that front. But, I think a lot of this has to do with with ego, right? Like, do I like a part of me is like, do I even really need that? Do I fucking care? It's like a lot of effort and a lot of work to be like, hey, don't forget about me. Hey, what about
dude,
like,
I think you deserve that, dude. You've paved the way for so many of us, man. I remember like when we started with Social Token, I was like, I was trying to do shit my own way, and I trying to figure out how to do things, and every time it's like, shit, Connie's done it already like this. I need to find another way. And sometimes it was just no other way to fucking do it but the way you did it. So it's like, man, I hope he's not gonna get pissed at me, man. But I mean, just for the credit thing, man, I think there's a lot of OGs, artists and collectors that got your back, man. Like Whale Shark and I, like we discussed that like a while ago. Like we try to give you credit every time that it's possible, man, because we saw that you were getting fucked, man. So like I don't know, we got your back, man.
No, that's sort of the thing, though, right? I mean, we shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to be like, "Hey guys, don't forget about me," right? That's not like the whole point. I feel like is that you shouldn't have to be in that situation in the first place. Like it should be known, right?
Yeah, I know, but we gotta have each other's back, man. I think it's new, man.
Yeah.
So I talk about the first. Yeah, go ahead, man.
Oh yeah, I'll talk about that. But no, I just wanted to say the unofficial, official OG Alliance, like the shit is powerful. And I think the more we double down and triple down on what that is and what that means, we can have a huge, like we've already had an impact individually, right? In a lot of different ways. But this OG Alliance is something to be reckoned with. Like we can do some real shit out here. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Yeah,
we get it. I mean, we used to be, but I don't know. You're pretty quiet, but I don't know. I guess I'm a bit louder than you, and I think I'm gonna get fucking louder, man. Just to make sure that we all get credit for what we deserve.
Indeed, no, man. I mean, I agree that we've been doing a good job. You know, it's funny, man. I spent a lot of time with Trizlet lately. We were down at NFT 42 War Room for a week together and talking about a lot of this stuff. And, you know, he was saying a lot of the same things that we are in terms of like people getting recognition and sticking up for each other and everything. And I feel like it's a common thread that sort of like weaves its way through everyone who's been around this for a while, that sees everybody new coming in and, you know, acting like this is brand new territory that no one's ever seen before. And everyone's sort of like, you know, what the hell, man? We've been here doing this for a long time now.
Yeah, we worked hard for this shit, man. And not for financial gain. So like, dude, when we started, I was giving NFTs for free at the beginning, or making maybe like 5, 10, 20 bucks per NFT. And I thought that was cool, man. That wasn't really the point, really. It was the technology and the scene and the whole ideal that crypto art represented for me. That was important. No, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, we built this shit from our hard work, dude. And I think they need to fucking recognize that.
Yeah, that is sort of what it feels like, right? It sort of feels like our hard work is sort of being like co-opted. And again, man, it's hard to like, you know, no one wants to be like the old guy yelling at the kids to get off his lawn or anything like that. But at the same time, it's like, respect the lawn, motherfucker.
Yeah. It's actually, dude, I think our community is super welcoming as well, man. I want new people to come and to be included. Like, I really don't want to be the asshole that's just like, that before, like, fuck the new guys. No, not at all. Right, I want as many people to come here, and I'll help. You know, I mean, fuck, Skull, that's the goal of Skull, is helping people with their art and to grow themselves. It's not for my personal profit. Skull never was about money. So yeah, no, I welcome like new people in the space and I help them. But man, don't come and, you know, piss in my fridge like I was saying before.
Yeah, no piss in the fridge.
No.
Speaking of piss in the fridge, man, Connie, let's hear the deal about this album.
Awesome segue, Rizzle.
Thank
Amazing. Yeah. So apparently there's been a lot of media news coverage around Blau and his quote unquote first ever NFT album. And, you know, Business Insider, EDM.com, a whole lot of big publications are touting this as the first tokenized album, which in reality it's not. And it's kind of unfortunate because, you know, there were a lot of people who were bidding on these NFTs. I think with that thought in mind that this was a first. Well, granted, there are aspects to it like the physicality and different things that may be the first, but if we're talking a tokenized NFT album, it's definitely not the first. And I kind of felt bad for Wellshark because he spent like $3 million to come in second place, and I was just like, God damn, that's a lot of money for second place. And it's not even the first tokenized album. The first tokenized NFT album is from Mighty 33, and it's a collaborative effort between him, myself, Vandal from Dial Records, Unknown Misery, and a few other artists. I'm sorry for leaving your name out. There was also visual artists involved like Katie Arrington and a few others. And basically what happened was it was a 14-track album that was tokenized as an NFT back in October of 2020. Clearly, this is on the blockchain, and clearly there are timestamps and proof of this. And, what happens is because none of us are Grammy Award winning, or none of us are household names or whatever, have millions of followings, this kind of gets swept under the rug. Or, what happens is people come in and they start doing shit, but they don't integrate with the community. They don't become a part of the movement, right? It's kind of like a cash grab or whatever. They're trying to get headlines. And so this is what happens, because had this individual been a part of the community and involved in conversations and really in the NFT music space, like we have group chats, we have forums, we talk with each other. And had this person done that and did some research, they would have not touted their album as the first NFT album, because it's not. And that's
so agree, man. This is just spot on. I think exactly the same. But you know what's gonna happen, man? I think this is gonna happen more and more. And the media don't know what the fuck's happening right now. They're completely confused, which I find hilarious, by the way. Yeah. And I think for the next upcoming months, year, it's just gonna be misinformation galore. But dude, since I've got into NFT, like I've known from the start, this shit is gonna take over every aspect of our life, man. I think like gym. And once we reach a point where it's everywhere and it's completely adopted, people are gonna start looking back to what the fuck happened, man. Serious people, not just clickbaiting journalism bullshit. And they're gonna start researching what happened, and everything is on the blockchain, man. I think now we're gonna get ignored, we're gonna get fucked. But in a few years, we'll get the recognition that we deserve because everything is there. It's undeniable.
Dude, I tend to agree with that. And actually, now I remember why I brought Trizlet up earlier, because he has like an interesting theory, which I am, sort of coming around to, where that, the NFT and the crypto space is sort of a unicorn in the sense that, like, a lot of people who have been in it for a long time now have sort of made their money. They don't necessarily have like fuck you money, but a lot of people.
I had fuck you money.
What's that?
I had fuck you money.
Yeah, well, so dude, so this is what I'm saying, right? So like, in a lot of spaces where that explode suddenly and get like gentrified, the big money moves in and basically like buys off all like the big influencers and projects and like pulls them under their wing. And Trizlet sort of has this theory that like that might not actually happen in this space, because there's enough people out there who are huge innovators who just don't get down like that, and they've made money at this point, and they are in it just like we were in the very beginning, right? Like no one was getting rich. And a lot of people still aren't, but especially in the very beginning when, all these NFTs cost like pennies to make, and, people were selling them for, 10, 20, 60 bucks tops or whatever. This was all about like the love of experimentation and tinkering around with technology. And, the money was nice and, always, part of the idea, but, there were many other paths to probably many other easier paths towards money for all of us at the, back in like 2018, 2019, when we were just sort of like hanging out, playing around with things and everything. So I don't know, man, I like Trizlet's theory. It makes me feel better because it's sort of, produces the theory that, you know, maybe we don't get overlooked because there's enough like DCL bloggers, you know, Matt, I said sent now from Nifty Gateway, you know, enough big people out there who have enough influence and who will continue to have enough influence and continue to remind people what happened, that, you know, maybe we don't actually get just totally co-opted by like big business and just buried under the rug. And, you know, that, like you said, I think the blockchain makes that impossible, but people are sort of like still oblivious to that at this point, at least. So I don't know, man, that I trying to find like a glass half full thing or whatever. So Trizlet was like sort of helpful with that, like a little bit, but
Yeah,
what do you think, man?
I don't know. It's a very positive outlook on things. But yeah.
You think we continue to get buried?
Huh?
You think we continue to get buried?
I don't know, man. I think we need to. All right, we need to create alliances with people that have stronger voices than us, and that respect the fucking what we've done, man. And I think, dude, what's your take on Paris Hilton? Have you seen that shit? She friended me. What the fuck? She's on like, what's happening, man? It's just insane, man. Like, and honestly, like, I'm not a fan of celebrities. I don't give a fuck about celebrities, man. I don't know. I can't put people on pedestal. That's just the way I am. But I was really impressed by the way she handled the situation, man. She came on the Whale Discord and started chatting with people, man, just to get her.
Okay.
This is how you do it, man.
That's different,
like
right?
She came to the fucking core of things and started chatting with the people that actually, you know, build this fucking house.
Yeah. That's different, man.
I respect that.
I feel like that's the first person I've heard who's done that. Like the first person of that sort of stature who's done that. And man, props to her.
Yeah, respect, man. I really, wouldn't have thought that she'd do something like that. And respect, man. That's how you do it. I don't know.
Agreed.
So
man.
maybe we need to create alliances with people that have a bigger voice than us and just get the fucking message going, man.
Does this all hinge on Paris Hilton? Oh my God, is that what this is coming to?
I'm telling you, you've glitched this fucking reality, man.
God damn it. Or maybe not. Maybe that's a good thing.
I don't know, man. I honestly, okay, I don't like being in the spotlight, and I think I fucking pay my dues to the fucking drama gods here. But I love what's happening in crypto, and I love that this is never a boring day in this fucking community, man. It's just amazing. It's insane. Complete insanity.
Connie,
what's up, man? Yeah, shout out to Paris Hilton. I think Gary V also is someone who has jumped in and been a part of the community, and it's not just, you know, in it for a quick cash grab. He's being very patient with his approach, which I respect. Like, again, like, respect the lawn, come in, join the community, have a voice, you know, that sort of thing. And I agree with you, Skeenee, that partnering with people like a Gary V or a Mark Cuban or some of these folks who have wider reach, and you know, if you're able to have a conversation with them and you know, maybe you have a partnership or whatever, then you can amplify your voice and your message through them, hopefully, right? I think a lot of this, for me, like, I'm not motivated by the money per se, right? It wasn't my reason for doing any of this. I was doing it to experiment, to be creative. I've been in crypto since 2013. This is 8 fucking years of just experimentation and understanding and learning and teaching. And it wasn't about the money. NFTs allowed, you know, me to tokenize my creativity and potentially make some money off of it. And that's great, but it's like a byproduct, right? So, yeah, man, I think what we're seeing right now is a lot of people seeing the money that's being thrown around and they want a piece of that, which, I mean, that's fine, you know, do your thing. But at the same time, let's not just turn this all about money, man. Like, people talk more about the goddamn sales number than they do about how the artwork made them feel. What emotion did it bring out of you? Did you even like it? Like, maybe you didn't fuck with it. Like, what's your opinion? Like, nobody's talking about the actual art. They're talking about the fact that it sold for X amount of ETH.
I disagree. I agree that that's the general thing that's like in people's mouth for the moment. But I'm blessed to have like collectors that actually collect my fucking art because they like it, man. I think that's awesome, man. But I love how
that's
we're the
because
same
you've
way.
been around since the beginning, man. Like you know what I mean? Like now you've like, you know, sort of gone more mainstream, but you know, you gathered a fan base of people who were collecting your art, you know, for the love of your art, like long before like the cash grabs came in where you could just drop something, you know, on the right platform and sell through no matter who you are.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's yeah, and I'm super grateful for that. Really, it's awesome. I love how we have the same mentality and ideology about money, man. And I don't know, it's cool.
Dude, it is, man. I feel like it's a common theme. I was saying to you guys before we started recording, I was on DeFi Dad's program yesterday, and he echoed the same thing, man. How like, you know, a lot of us who've been in it for a while, you couldn't be in it for the money. Most of us got wrecked, and we're just like still lingering around anyway. We're like, well, we're all fucking broke. You'll still want to build some shit.
We did it at a loss, all of us at the beginning, man. Exactly. I think like when I started with Skull, I've distributed for free 1 million fucking Skull, and you could buy NFTs with it. Like I think I distributed something like more than 100 NFTs for free just to get people used to social money and to get my art around, man. That was all at my fucking cost. And then I started making like, I don't know, fucking, well, not pennies, but like $5, $10, $20. And then it, you know, just grew to what it is now. But yeah, it wasn't about the money at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's why, man. I think that's how we ended up where we are, because that isn't what has been like primarily driving all of us, and hopefully what lands us in like the you know, NFT history books at some point or whatever. Final thoughts. Want to drop anything on us? Any cool stuff you guys got coming up that you want to shout out, or anything that we didn't hit on that you want to touch on? Go ahead, Skeenee.
Connie, you want to go first, or I dropped the shit I was telling you before? All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna. All right. I got this build in crypto voxels. I think it's probably like the biggest fucking build that you can you can have. It's 8 parcels, 8 massive parcels in Midtown. Like I own 4. 2 are owned by Chief Monkey. Shout out to Chief Monkey, he fucking rocks. And 2 are owned by Corland, who's a fucking the god of async.
Yeah.
And I built, like, my idea was to build the crypto art hub, like a massive museum, but I realized that this shit would take me so much effort to curate that I've kind of dropped the idea. And plus Mogda is doing that super well. So shout out to Mogda as well. I'm gonna completely change the direction of that build. I'm gonna call it the fucking OGs, man. It's gonna be a build dedicated to the artists, collectors, builders, like social, I don't know, promote, like, I don't know what you call that, like people that promote the space, all the projects that were there at the beginning and that fucking fought for this space. So yeah, I'm gonna need help to build it. I'm gonna try to coordinate that next month or the
shard that shit, dude. I don't buy a lot of shards, but I'll buy a shard of that shit.
That's a great idea, man. I haven't fucking thought about that. Yeah, let's shard that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the fucking OG museum is gonna come eventually when I find the right people to do that with.
Hell yes.
Boom. Shard that shit.
Shard that shit.
Right. I need a t-shirt with that. But yeah, shout out to Chief Monkey. I think Whale Shark gave me a few parcels. Lend me a few parcels as well. That's there around it's like a bunch of parcels that people lend me to build something fucking massive, man.
Yes. Y'all heard it. People who are listening, a lot of people are listening at this listening party. Help build the thing. If you build it, we will shard it.
Yeah. We'll shard that shit.
We'll shard that shit. Go ahead, Connie. What you got, man?
Yeah, man. So today is March the 17th. So today I'm going to drop a teaser video of my next song produced by My World. It's called Staking. The full song will be out on Audius next week, likely on March 24th. And then I have a drop coming up on April the 5th on Maker's Place that is inspired by the actual staking song. So people can look out for that. I have another drop coming up on the Flow blockchain at some point. I don't have a date as of yet, but to be announced, and then something towards the end of April that will pretty much change everything regarding NFT music. So
Nice.
I get more personal shitting as well to do if you want.
Yeah, dude, do the
so yeah, so I'm on the collective trading cards that are coming. I think I think starting from the pre-sale is tomorrow, probably coming next month.
Oh, cool.
I'm on a couple of on the Whale X art shit that's coming the 25th. And what else did I want to ton of shit? And the NFT boxes from A Lot of Money as well. One of the pieces is mine.
Awesome.
Why another shit, but I'd rather keep that for. I think I'm on the whip next week, so I gotta keep some shit for the whip as well.
Nice.
Alright, so that's it.
Awesome. Yo,
Sweet.
it's an honor to. I'll be here running my mouth.
Me too, dude.
Yo, it was absolutely an honor to sit down with you guys. I'm sure we'll do it again at some point, hopefully under like better circumstances when we, get to brag about everyone giving us credit for all of our shit. But in the meantime, OG Alliance will mount up, and we got each other's backs, and we'll make sure people know who the real OGs are. So, thank you guys so much, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you, man, for
digital.
The real OGs, people. That's what it's all about. We've heard some of the literally dopest, most creative, amazing, pushing boundaries OGs in the space. So just mad love, mad respect to Connie Digital and Skeenee, both of whom I've been lucky enough to have as friends for, oh man, it must be getting close to like 2 years. Been a while. Back from the old Cent days. So yeah, that was an incredible episode. And if anybody is interested in hopping on the mic, this is the time to do it. We can just, you have some inspiring idea or anything at all want to share about what was talked about in the episode, or another thought that it triggered that you had been thinking about the other day. This is the time. So feel free. If you do want to unmute and you can't for some reason, let me know, and we should be able to do permissions to you if you haven't already. But yeah, that was really great. Just nice to hear the record set straight. I am a proud owner of that first digital music NFT that Connie dropped, and they blew my mind, opened up my thinking to other areas that NFTs had. When I first heard about NFTs, had those thought explosions that practically anything could be done with smart contracts, but I hadn't seen anything done really besides gaming or art at that point. So that was thing that really excited me and got me actually on more on the path on now, working in music and documenting. So I was super appreciative to Connie, both for his art, pushing the boundaries, and then just being an awesome friend and being available to bounce ideas off and stuff like. Speaking of drops and whatnot. And if there's not anybody that's super interested in hopping on the mic, we can also just kick off more music here for soon. Because I really like to boogie and party. Okay, Eric, can you unmute yourself? Do you have the authority? Nope. Okay, let's see if we get scrolling. Nice computer. Still scrolling. I might have missed it. There you are. Okay, let's see if I can do it. I don't see you server muted on my end. Let me tag Camel maybe. So guys, we have some things that have been going through some changes. So I don't right now have the unmute power. We start to see it looks like some people that hopped over today that either have been here for a while or timers. So really awesome to have people come over, you know, from other communities and join in from wherever you heard about us. There's a lot of stuff that we do here on the weekly. I'm gonna drop everybody a really good one to always check is the weekly schedule. Keeps me in line. So I try to get some on the old unmuting here. We'll see if that comes through. So guys. One sec. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like I can't give you those permissions right now, bro. What I think we might as well do is go on some more tunes. Let's see. Let me see. If we have Futura. Oh,
Yo, am I unmuted?
you're unmuted.
Yeah, I am muted for you, please.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. All right, so I'm relatively new to the space, but I've been impressed by all the people here that they reckon. I was pretty powerful when I entered the digital realm, but I didn't hear about NFTs a couple ago. So I got my advertising because I was too insecure to just be an artist. And I still struggle with that insecurity. But my point is, like any artist out there in space who want to look hot, like a lot of artists they focus so much on the art, which is beautiful. I wish I could do that entirely. I have a product art focus, and I play around with that a little bit. But there's something about art that maybe because I analyze auras and stuff and get in this realm of the ethereal to change someone's aura. So I'm doing now. I was so excited to hear the founders talk, like the originators talk. If you need some like branding stuff that makes you hot, that makes you look hot, because we live in a digital environment. I'm gonna start on like branding. I'm doing a remix for TokenSmart.
So
Often need it. And I'm as if I can offer that. I want to see y'all get the credit you deserve. So anything that you guys need, hit me up for it, and I'm gonna continue to. I'm gonna be a little bit. I'm gonna try to be more involved. I've been living at the pizza DAO, and I've been moving. Now that we're setting a little bit, like I think I can give a little bit more.
That's all. It's so exciting, like, you know, finding these communities that even, you know, I've been in space for a couple of years, and I'll find, like, you know, I just hadn't been turned on to. I'll be like, oh my god, like so many cool groups out there that it's hard to even split up time. That I know that you've been moving that stuff. I'm glad to hear that I'm gonna be sticking around more active over here because this is like the true OG community right here. A lot of homies from the very beginning chilling TokenSmart.
Hell yeah! I'm sorry I up to the web, but I'd be at one of my meetings for how long. I'm gonna be more involved.
Awesome.
Thank you for giving me other mic space.
Oh yeah, dude, that is exactly why I have these living times at the end of the show. I love to have, you know, it could be anybody come on the mic and just share either a piece of their experience or, you know, ask how to get more involved. Say, hey, I want to do this. I'm jumping in. I'm gonna be more involved. You know, that is just super valuable to have this time and space for people to be able to, you know, speak out or ask questions or reach out to do some kind of new project. There's, you know, there is a lot of cool shows going on, but there's always room to squeeze one more, I think. So yeah, you know, if you're creative and you've kind of sitting on an idea, it's time. It's time to, you know, reach out and collaborate with a few people and get going, because I know it's a hard monkey thing. And I've plenty of like back in the iPhone app that I was going to invent or whatever it is, you know, and you have a great idea, and if you don't move on it 6 or 8 months later, you see it come to market, and you're like, oh man, I had that same idea. So, you know, now with so much attention on the space, like, you know, if you did have one of those great ideas, it's time to do it. So yeah, reach out and you know, let people know. And there's some creativity based. It's like anything can get done. And I do think I now have my pause resort. If there's anybody else that does want to hop on the microphone, at least I have time. And I thought I was getting bad. I still can't really touch one thing and say another. That'd be a little hint. I'm about to talk. And yeah, thanks again to Skeenee for just making it rain skull here. Hooked me up, so I just need these down like fast. And we were possibly going to have Futura spin a little more. I'm not sure. He was, you know, he'd signed on for the big show, and it said he may stick around and play a little more at the end. But I think we also have Jose in the house, who would be an amazing after party musical guest as well. We had a pretty friggin' amazing last the show at the end of last week was like ridiculous. He was just on fire and like doing some songs in English, but really had never done that before. So just instant live translation and making it all work. You know, you have to flip those adjectives and verbs and totally change up the kind of cadence of words and everything. It was really cool. It was amazing to see and hear and just kind of experience. And then other things that I'll maybe touch on is as to the roll hack, we are I'm helping to organize an event, and it's coming together a little slow just because, you know, people are so busy and everybody, they are hit with a hack. They're like scrambling to try and figure out what they're going to do and put kind of like some, you know, emergence things in place. So the idea is to have a big event where we can all come together in crypto voxels, and you have music, we're going to rap battles, live music, you know, poetry slam, make it for fun. People have already been reaching out wanting to donate art stuff for an auction. The idea is to kind of come together, you know, just have a good time, be able to talk about, you know, security and where we're going in the future, and these people coming in and claiming they're first and they're not, you know, all this stuff. Just kind of get it out in the open, hug it out, figure some, you know, kind of come together to figure out how we can move forward even stronger, and then be able to raise some funds to go to you know, those hit by the hack. Obviously, some were hit worse than others, and some are recovering fairly quickly, which is great to see. But others could use a little more of a hand up. So anybody out there with interest in helping out with that anyway, you can always just reach out to me, and we're just kind of bringing people together slowly and making it happen. It might not come together as fast as I had originally hoped, which would have been like a month, but we'll definitely make something there, and that will be, I think, a really good experience for all of us, just to get these communities all together in one big event. It is my William podcast, but you can always catch it again. And let me see. I don't have the link to the actual podcast today, I don't think, but find it. It is the TokenSmart podcast, which is one of the best podcasts around. Let me see if I can grab that link, or if anybody out there has it. Sorry, Ram here, and I am going to also actually tag Jose, because I know he hit me up earlier to see what the plans were, and I'd love to have him play some tunes for us with us tonight. Yeah, that episode was crazy historic. Having Skeenee and Connie together, and of course with Rizzle to help them run their mouths was just friggin' priceless. Absolutely loved it. And I'm still trying to get more skull out. Take the skull, take the skull. I did see something about POAPs way in our conversation earlier, and we gotta just keep our eye out for that crazy POAP salesman, the guy that just comes around with the cart, and when he shows up and drops the face, we scramble. So I think there may be one coming. I do believe. Come down. I was like hanging out my window. I'm like, hey, POAP, dude, they want POAPs over here. I'm ready to scramble. Let's see. In other news, what do we got? I was to catch a look of the Master Confessions. It's tough because I'm working on so many things these days that I have like actual dev call meetings all the time, and yeah, it's hard to go about those sometimes. Let me shift the powers. So let me go bless them. I'll for you right now. That was pretty cool, though. I get to hear it all. Oh, you can speak now, but that looked really cool. Like horse racing app, of course, would be brought to the blockchain.
Not just do they have the Mac team being almost all of that actual project, right? Actually, it's, put it out there. It's Z.run for that one. So the website is called that. URL is Z.run. They were around for a while. All the issues that they didn't have to that layer problem. It's with Dix for every the other day and every the game playing communication the platform made it out on Rizzle with gas. So so they migrated to the Rizzle like in shots, right? So the first person they came now reading is coming for the hour and Rizzle also she automatic within the next 8 hours. Easy. I'm telling you, it's the next NBA already. People are able to on that swap. So it crashed side. Maybe the way they'll do it up to the user, but just people are able to get some people aren't, but within like the Z1 $2,000.
Whoa.
Yes, so this is a very serious project. It's super big. It's very well established. You're looking at everything that has to do with horse feeding, horse genetics and the genetics of each horse is registered on blockchain.
Crypto kitties with also you can bet on for racing.
So you absolutely got. So we got some kitties go with a more hip, proud, more game that's more into me. Now horsing, you'll get different degrees. The gambling, you'll the people that actually enjoy horse racing and horse breeding and the communication behind that concept horse, and also just the actual platform. If you like, I share later on. I'll put it after I finish. If you look at just one of the actually, you can see them. Just go on, like I said, on z.run, and they have also always the YouTube going, and you can see their horse is absolutely like the design is just like absolutely beautiful. Just augmented reality. So when you of course through that, you can do your app indeed augmented reality.
That is pretty cool.
So
Yeah, I think
it was pretty sick. One of the sickest projects there, like potential-wise there.
we're going to be pretty much everything we talked about in the episode today. At some point, we're going to see everything on the blockchain and just everything into NFTs. And I think at that point, it'd go, big into where people don't even know it on chain, or they don't really know NFT. When you get the it's and to go, you don't have to memorize a seed for anything. It's going to be a lot of people. And at that point, that are actually know are going to be like, everything, everything's done now. Yeah, and when you go get first projects and those NFTs, those leaders and I think will get recognition and have much out of the arts.
All you want, then there's a so the of everybody. So that layer problem, and it seems that it will for a real time. And most or even they thought right or that whatever. See that marketplace. That marketplace may one outpace anyone because that's a two solution. If it does, and if it look, the only is there one the layer two. I'm talking about the big marketplace, right? And there, I went because I bought horses through the thematic and I made it no issues. It was just like you can see later one. Just this one, so the run is or the
so PC is our because I haven't
yes.
purchased anything on it. Like that is so exciting.
Dude, don't just type it so mad. Go on your top if you're around or anybody just make off that you go be added the marketplace. There's a dude and tell you who's the number one check now is OpenZ. And there's about it. You should see horses you within the 11 hours just fold it. Horses from dollar you won't find anything below 300.
Yeah. And I wish I call your show the other day. I was listening and I was like, oh, this is really cool. But I was like, I think I was on the road and I jumped another same time.
Well, here I just got lucky. It happened because I already see Z run, and I had I tried it, and there was a layer one. I already had one horse, but it was like a Z18, it was like a really lower generation, and I paid something like $22 a long time ago. So I was like, oh no problem. And they heard that they were doing a horse, and I said, oh, let me go check it out. Oh, I remember am, and that day I said, I'm curious to go see. Because I told them, don't have a layer 1 problem, and they're like, they're making anything really well. So let me go check that out. Dude, like I told you, when I saw Momo, it was almost like watching an NBA top story. Everybody was waiting for it. When it came down, they crashed the site. It was over. I said, and then one guy, he said, this, everybody was screaming, this is terrible. And there's the one guy, all he wrote was, I'm FOMO. And no kidding, me too. That's when I realized the guys were the Matic guys were the Matic OpenSea site went down 22 hours because the certificate for the horses was by the beta. So OpenSea was shut down 72 hours. It's back up. You cannot buy horses again, but it was down 72 because of that project. So I knew it right away. I said, "That's it, man." I stayed up all night waiting for OpenSea to open, and when they did, I grabbed every horse that I could underneath. Well, not every one of them, but I grabbed 8 horses on above $100. So
Nice, good, bro.
So
Very
yeah,
cool.
and it's very, dude. You should check the game is like even deep, man, because to breed them and to check the genetics, they have it so well detailed. And there's so many factors taken into account.
Very cool. I'm really excited. I actually just walked over my computer to jump on the OpenSea Matic, and yep, I'm looking at some horses right now and other stuff there. This is really cool. I need to get a bunch more Matic because it's so nice making those transactions when you do not have to pay any gas. Like, I mean, like a fraction of a penny.
And think about it, Ethan. In the long run, I'm willing to stand by that. Okay, with any other year, you could see Matic OpenSea competing against Layer 1 solution because you're going to see a lot more projects for Layer 2 solution, and if there is one and OpenSea is only on Matic, there'll be a big incentive to go Matic, and then you will see the Matic OpenSea marketplace outpace maybe the actual Layer 1 of Open.
Man, that would be very interesting to see, and that is a possibility. I mean, I'm definitely gonna be trying to set out more Matic because it's gonna be so useful and price will also rise. I mean, I bought I think it was made like 2,000 something Matic like a few months ago when they were I don't know, less than a penny or a penny or something. And I got some because I was doing marble cards. Almost nothing was on at the time, or I would have got more. It was super. Just thought like this will last me forever, and so I got like a couple thousand and used maybe like I don't know half of it or something. And this has already just shot way up in the last few months. So it's something, not financial advice, but if it's a useful token, then it stands to reason. Also, value will go up. So it could be better to stack a little now than to buy a little bit and then a little bit and then a little bit, because you got to pay gas and those things when you're buying it on ETH and switching over to Matic to use it. Very, very good stuff.
And I learned, Ethan, who we have you ever heard Brocock? His voice, has he been? Because Brocock has been around for a while. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and you know what? I noticed something about Brocar. When he writes something, yeah, you could actually really this guy knows what he's talking about. And look, he says definitely good or value, but ETH and P will have more value. And Brocar is I've noticed when he makes a statement, he's he's very knowledgeable about this. I'd love to get you, Brocar. I don't know who you are because I'll tell you something. I noticed that every write on things that is always on the box.
Oh yeah, yeah. Definitely. Brocock has been around for a long time, OG, and he's ridden horses a bit. See, but yeah, of course, Michael is open. Maybe you should wrangle him on to confessions
Well, the invitation is sent, Brocard. Please, if you're interested to ever come on a podcast, talk about anything you want. You can DM Brocard, and he's in. I'd love you to jump in because I'm sure you know just as much about him than I do because I don't. I've never contacted him. I've never really DM'd him, but I've seen him everywhere, and I know he's just.
Yeah, always up and good info. And yeah, I think he I don't know if it's necessarily in the Monday parties, but I do think he's jumped on the mic, here and there for sure. But yeah, definitely a knowledgeable OG, and would be good to have on a show, I'm sure. What I just thought of something. Oh yeah, no, I think I saw somebody mentioned Top Shots in the chat, and just keep on trying. I've definitely been hurting the last, I think, 3 drops. Today I've got like number 300 something thousand in line, so I broke the 300,000 to be like last in line. But yeah, the last video was like 160,000 in line, 240,000 place in line. Today was like 306,000 place in line. I'm like, okay, well, not gonna get paid. But I had another friend who that kept happening to, and he was like, literally, I hate Top Shots, I'm never going back. And he tried one more time, and he got, and it was like a big fatty special pack too. So keep at it. I know it's hard. That's like me and Nifty. I never get those Nifty drops, man. Doesn't work.
That's the last little suggestion is this. I'm not saying, yeah, whoa, like NBA is a project. Yes, definitely has a lot of potential and growth and like profit. Yeah, there's a lot of bigger opportunities. The ones from the top beginning are the winners. Right now, you're a medium. Just like I told you, me finding Z 2 days ago, being able to courses, I know that's another way. So look out, other projects are very solid and very low key because they're smart. They organize their marketing when they're ready, not beforehand. And let me tell you, if you're able to grab that 1 or 2 token in advance, you're a winner and a lot bigger than NBA Top Shot.
Yeah, if you can get in on ground floor, like if you see project and it's just kind of early days, get it there, and you see huge value there, whether it's the utility and scarcity, all these things that can be blended together. That's really when you can make those big moves when you get into basically ground floor. Like people that got in early on Top Shots are make a killing because now everybody's in it to get your back. So yeah, resale market's hot. It might not always be might not be this hot. I would assume it'll melt some. But yeah, there's projects that are out there that we haven't even found yet that could be way bigger. And this Z run sounds like a real thrilling one. I'm gonna put a little into it.
And and Zevin is coming with other drops, by the way. So that's the number of their drops. There's only a limited amount of justices that will be out there, and there's still a few. I think it's 2,200 out of 10,000. I think something like that. But I'm going to be doing more drops. The other thing is, this is just my personal research. But yeah, I think, dude, once you find out about the game, it's very good. It's about like they don't have to make horse to generate revenue, but just breeding.
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. So if they have,
I'll be honest with you, I think when this project becomes what it has the potential, in 6 months you won't see a horse below $1,000.
Well, and if they have, those limited supply of Genesis horses, and then they're, the secondary market will be partially what people can breed. Yeah, those Genesises are going to be, if the project is successful, could have huge value because I don't know, how they're doing the breeding and cool downs and how many breeds you get and all that. Have to look into it more. But it's a really, really interesting business model, depending on kind of how you break that up.
They have so cool down will depend on the horse and the breed. Also, when your horse is in the saddle mating, it cannot race. So there's a lot of factors, and you can make example, a stallion is only 7 times per month, so you have limits also. here's the other thing. Here's what I've seen, and I was speaking to two other guys that are deep, and one of them has been there since the beginning. People are saying, see, the problem, it goes from Z1 till Z250, okay, in generation wise for Genesis, okay, and there's like a limited from each. Right now, there's like that's examples, Z20s going for around $100. People don't realize is that once those Genesis are minted, there'll never be any other Genesis. So no matter which one you get, I know Z1 is very attractive, but even if you have a Z20, yeah, it'll take a little bit more time, but eventually it's a Genesis first. It doesn't matter what generation. If that game grows, yeah, all Genesis will gain value, but no substantially so.
But it's interesting, Mag, because as we've been on it for long enough to remember back when like the only dApps were like Tron betting dApps, you know, that was like what was out there. You know, types of gambling were the first big wave. So it makes sense that would come back, but in a more real gamified manner, right? So you know,
the gambling part is that if you own a horse, you don't have to gamble. There's free races, okay? So that's number one. So you can buy a horse and never spend more afterwards. You don't have to bet on your horse. So you can just race your horse if you want, and there's free ether to earn in those races.
Right, but also I maybe I just assumed this because I'm not sure if I heard it, but I had probably assumed that you can also bet on these races.
So there is another side project from another team that do have the approval from them and everything's number one, and they have actually the logo and everything else. That you can bet on certain races, but not yet. So actually, what I'm telling you is that they didn't act on the betting horse aspect. Their gamification is solely based on the horse.
On the breeding and racing.
Breeding and racing, not the betting part. The betting part is done by another another party. So that's
cool. Yeah.
Oh,
I almost like that more actually.
You cannot bet horse on other platform. There's no only way that you can spend money on that platform is if you want to put your horse in a paid tournament, right?
Right, and then there's a pot that winners get pull from the entry tickets.
Top three pay.
Nice, very cool.
So, like for example, yesterday I'll share it. So, and here's what's either cooler. Are you ready, Ethan? So yesterday was really cool. Right before going to bed, decided to do a race that was 0.005. Yeah, 0.005. Right? Okay. So I said, oh, screw it. I'll put 2 horses for 0.01, you know, and you're allowed. You can put as many horses as you want. You know, you're just a breeder. You're not, you know what I mean? You could have 3 horses. You see that often in the real races too. You'll have the same 3 horses from the same breeder. My 2 horses finished second and third.
Nice.
Yeah, man. So,
damn, congrats.
Yeah, gave me 0.003 something. So
that's a pretty good come up. Yeah.
And it was the first time I actually had paid that much for a tournament, so which is not a lot,
awesome.
Like whatever, $15, $20, whatever, but still, you know. So
no, but I mean, if you're putting in 0.01 to race them and you pull 0.03, that's pretty good. I mean, yeah, not huge stakes there, but definitely in the green.
And what's cool is that so afterwards, your horse will have all its stats. What was its starting time? What was its first 100 meters? And then you can work. It's like it really like you. If you want to get involved in that game, it'll suck you up to all your time. You know.
Oh man, I have to be careful.
Oh, it's dangerous. I'm lucky that I have somebody that's playing with me, and we teamed up. And you have that too. You can actually team up. And here's the cool part: are you ready for breeding? It's public. So you don't need a female and a male. You can breed any of your males with any female from another player.
That's cool. So you can just basically like, you know, put your horse out there to breed with other people's horses. Nice.
Well, it made me, well, you know what? So they wanted to make it as fair as possible for the community that started, that will old Genesis. But I didn't know that. Well, they didn't tell us this. so I got for example, got a Zedupa Genesis Legendary, which is the like a breed of the Genesis. But I said fuck, so I need a female legendary also. So I went and bought a legendary, which was like a little close to a little over an ETH, you know, and I got a hell of a deal because I brought the guys over here, right? So it kind of got a little deal out of it. But I didn't need her. I know I could have saved that money. That sucks because I would have needed that money. But at the same time, it's not rude because I know I can be selling. They're going for roughly already 2.5, 2.8 million.
Nice. Damn.
So, but yeah, like I'm sorry that bought in the last 40 hours saw their investment already pay off. So, and I think Brooke Hawk can testify to that. He's following the game, it seems, also pretty closely.
Pretty dope. Oh yeah, I had mentioned, I think in the chat, the Rare Pizzas launched last night. That's a DAO. Very cool project. I know a handful of people that have been working on it. Actually, Eric, who just spoke a little while ago, has been helping on that, and some of the crew from Libernet. And yeah, so it's like basically selling 10,000 of these Rare Pizza NFTs and then throwing like the biggest pizza party in the world. Basically, you know, feeding people pizza. And so a lot of that's going to, you know, go to try and get, you know, people that are in need of food to have pizza. And definitely just a really cool project to check out. If you haven't heard of it, I did, you know, go ahead and pick up a pizza box. Actually, there's a bonding curve. So I did it like right when they launched and got one of the very early ones because each sale they go up a little. And, you know, I just feel like it was a good cause to support. You know, definitely kind of in line with the Trizlet tacos and the lot of money, alien milk, and all that good stuff we do over here. So if you're interested in possibly, you know, partaking in another good project that's gonna feed people that are hungry, this time pizza, check it out. It's a good one.
I've continued granted permissions. Can I continue? Can I talk about pizza
Yeah,
for a second?
Totally.
Oh man, I slid right into pizza DAO. Mathematically, everything about this space about Web3 is mathematical. Reminds me of like Adventure Time. You know, it's like mathematical. They're recruiting 314 artists. I got the message the other day, and they're doing that because it's Pi. They want 3.14 artists, and each artist gets a topping. I was one of the earliest artists to submit art for a topping. It was cool watching them. Like they hadn't put anything together, and I just threw some crust. I threw a whole pizza down. They're like, and Shrimp, who took over as CCO over at Libernet, as he took my job. He told me like I kind of like revolutionized like the trajectory of that product. It's been cool. Like it doesn't matter what I throw into pizza DAO, they're gonna do something with it, and they get so excited. I threw in like, you know, the gamification. Everyone's like, what are we gonna do for game? And I threw it opening title sequence, and everybody just jumped on that.
Nice.
The style of the title sequence. They're like, oh, we're gonna do this. Pizza DAO is just like, there's so much energy there.
Oh man, so much talent. I had got in like fairly early too, and just got too busy to make a topping. I wanted to add to the artistic aspect too, but just was so slammed that I wasn't able to pull it off. But it's been really fun just kind of hanging out over there. I scored a pretty sweet. Everybody has titles over there. I'm Don Bacon, so it's scored a fucking awesome name. And yeah, I just, you know, I wanted to support the project. So you know, at lunch last night, I was like on the road, pulled over, you know, logged on, picked one up, and just feels good to support that crew of people just doing something really cool and really inventive. And the project just kind of like, you know, sprung up and came together, you know, almost out of nowhere and formed this DAO. It's just incredible. And I realized I was in the wrong chat there. So my voice was coming through. And I think we may actually have Jose coming over to play some tunes here. But yeah, if anybody else wants to jump on, we probably have a couple minutes here left in our open mic chill chat hangout session of the night. Super cool project that you just heard about, or something you have to offer towards the ideas of digital currencies or the big event that we're going to be putting together. Feel free, or just ping me and I can unmute if you're muted.
I have continual stuff to say.
Just keep it going. That's cool.
Can I keep talking?
You can keep it going.
Okay, so I haven't admitted when I created the server, and it hasn't developed at all because I'm less for it. Y'all are my people. But I've created if you see me post around these little monsters. They're called fauna, and create like generated art project called Rare Fauna. So the idea behind Rare Fauna is to take attributes and run them through an engine and see what we come out of it. So this arms are tentacles have legs or tentacles. This is a flying animal. Does it have how many pupils does it have? Idea. Let me just, it's taking like 8 minutes to send a GIF.
Dude, no one says GIF.
Rare pieces and this. Oh my god! It's when you give someone a present, it's a gift.
There you go. Dude, I love this. I love this idea.
Really? Do you want to get?
Oh, dude, I'm low on time, but I will totally carve out a little for this. Cause yes, I already like when you started talking, I was like, oh, and then they could have like little rare flora buddies that they can like team up with later on or something.
Oh man, that's
little
so
plant
awesome.
powers. Yeah. We'll talk about this more. I have a feeling. That's dope. Yeah, I love the idea. There's a new one that just dropped recently, the Wizards one, and I'm forgetting the name. There's just too many names to keep track of. But yeah, that would be rad. I think there's a
the scientific reason behind this is that, first of all, I had this vision one time. I did a creativity meditation, and when I woke up, I looked at a white wall and looked up, and what you're on my wall was clearly the evolution of snouts. A horse turned into a capybara, but it was so smooth, and it was so natural and time lapsed. And I met someone the other day who was like, "You believe in evolution?" And I was like, "Yeah." I think that if we demonstrate just how diverse the evolutionary spectrum is, and present what would occur on their timeline in our weird universe, we could see that it's so logical, and we could get some of these people who have been deceived for so long by these conflicting theories that are literary, but not scientific theories. Hopefully, get them over into the side of truth and reality. I want people to be able to make their own decisions based on facts.
That would be excellent. Yeah. Gamify that science.
Yeah.
I'm down.
It's a controversial topic, but that's
it is. And I mean, that's everybody, you know, is welcome to, you know, of course, their own beliefs and thoughts and passions, but to be able to at least put out some of the, you know, some of the data, it would never hurt.
I grew up in one of the most religious cities in the world. It was the third religious churches per capita. And it was also the most racist place I've ever been in my whole life. So I have a firm belief, and I know it's kind of like, you know, tongue in cheek, but like we have to change the system. We have to get people on the side of reality in order for the evolution of our species to continue, so we don't kill each other over lives.
That is true. There's been way too many wars fought over, you know, my beliefs are better than yours, and it doesn't do anybody any good.
Namely, all of them.
Yeah. It's gone on long enough.
I'm like I've been like an activist my whole life on MTV, Fight for Your Rights, and I held, you know, in high school like city level positions, and that's kind of, I guess, my thing. So that's what I want to bring.
That's awesome. Yeah, and to do it through a super awesome generative NFT game collectible thing would just be the most fun way to do it ever.
Yeah. So thanks, Easy, for giving me a spot. I'm really gonna shut up this time.
Cool. No, I'm stoked you jumped on and shared that last one, because yeah, I know, like, also sometimes, you know, having those ideas and you kind of like not sure when do you actually share it, like, you know, what you obviously you kind of have to nurture a little on your own, but then there comes to that point where, you know, it to make it go further, you have to share it with other people and then start, you know, bringing people in. So that's awesome that you let the cat out of the bag, let the fauna out of the bag here at TokenSmart today.
The space cat, the blue space cat.
Man, yeah, I missed those, what are they, moon cats. I'm seeing them still up on OpenSea, you know. There's a couple of the auctions still going, but they're all pretty much out of my range. Another generative project going to the moon. Okay, let's see if we can tag in.
I've not played the game Spore.
Spore, that sounds familiar. Although I haven't played it, but it does ring a bell. Okay, I'm gonna ping in Jose and see if he's online right now.
Hey there, man. Yeah, I'm here.
Hey.
Give me 5 minutes. Give me
Cool.
5 minutes. I'm going to settle down because, well, I have to go to another part of the house to perform. So give me some minutes.
No problem. All right, and there is the man in the flesh, Jose Cabrera, going to get set up to rock us all into the evening. Okay, looks like we're getting some Spore action here. Whoa, that's a trippy one. Very interesting. Yeah, there's so many games out there. It's hard because I've gotten even like bought game assets and played a little, but then you get so busy that you don't get to go back and play, and then the game has evolved and you're like, oh man, I have to like catch up on all these new crafting or learning all this new stuff, and then I wind up just kind of being like overwhelmed as far as not having the time to get like all caught up and back in playing. So these days I've been going for more like less like skill and breeding and or crafting magic stuffs or like crafting spaceships and all that, and pretty much just go for like, you know, sometimes I jump in and play a little Axes. I finally got the Blancos rolling on my old PC, so that I have just started running around, and that seems like a really fun one. I'm definitely excited about that because, you know, you can just go in and have fun, run around. I haven't actually gotten to do any of the like game battles. I've just been doing mostly like the training runs and stuff. But yeah, super interesting games out there. I had played an early one called Crypto Space Commander for a while, and actually scored like a super sweet ship, just luckily out of like a drop, little purchase. And I would like to get back into it one day, but don't know if I will have the time. And let's see, what else? Oh, so we had a pretty sweet rap battle last Friday. Thankfully, the launch, the first big one, went super smooth because we ran into some tech issues and kind of just barely squeaked through. So this week, no rap battle Friday. We're gonna be working to just get everything super streamlined, and we're actually, like, the whole team is cranking super hard because we're trying to get the beta out by the end of the month. But we are going to be having a nice fat one week after this. And so I will hope to see you all there. And of course, I'll be letting you know. And then also for everybody in the house from Meme Force, we didn't quite get the voting finished. The Cypher was the sponsor for the last Meme Force battle, and I was having the team to do voting, but they've been so slammed that everybody didn't get to vote yet. So we should have that done just in the next couple days, and we'll throw like a little extra bonus party or something sometime this week to announce winners and just get everybody their rewards and stuff. So hang tight on that. And if you aren't in Meme Force, I am going to just grab the old, in fact, I'll grab the cipher as well while I'm here, and I got you all with me. Might as well share you the links because it's basically an extension of the family, and I'm really hoping and excited to do a rap battle over here. So I want to do like a TokenSmart fam rap battle and bring the Cypher crew over. We'll bring the tracks, we'll bring the beats, and do one over here. So we'll come up with some fun prizes and stuff, and try and get as many of the people that hang here to get on the mic and spit some rhymes. I mean, I would love to do some back and forth with like Rizzle and get Sandymeows on the mic rapping too. I bet she's got some skills, at least scratching. Meow meow, wicka wicka. That was a joke. Pretty good if you ask me. Hey bro, you back?
Hey brother, yeah, I'm here. The living room. I have some songs to share. Not on English this time. Special week the week after this podcast. Today I have some reflections about life. Yeah. This song is like the last one song I wrote it, and it is a big reflection about how I don't know nothing. Let's do everybody. Let's wake.
Blessings.
No me da miedo soñar ni caerme contra el suelo. Yo acepto la realidad y abrazo el fuego. No canto de la verdad que se puede transformar dentro de su eternidad, y no soy absoluta. Por eso cuando te canto tengo miedo y tengo fe. Mi canción se mueve con el tiempo en el que navego yo, y con cada caminar más me late el corazón. Canto una poesía que me mate sin piedad las emociones emociones que ensordecen a mi ser. Chao melancolía, abrazo a mi soledad y me doy cuenta de toda su calidez. Piensa lo que quieras, igual si que a la ley. El todo es mente y lo que pienses se dará. Por eso en mi rezo mantengo la libertad de polo a polo para sentir bien volar. Búscame en cada verso, siente el tren del universo. Iniciar, completar el tránsito de lleno a nuevo. Yo sé que el cielo me escucha y no puedo imaginar de todas las maldiciones que he lanzado sin saber. Por eso en mi aposento todo parece moverse hasta ordenarse en natural orden y caos. Por eso cuando te canto tengo luz y oscuridad, porque abrazo mis tinieblas para poderlas disipar. Es la ley de la entropía. Pasar una escobita al corazón para limpiar. Así se me comienza en claridad. Parezca mentira y no quieras escuchar, son las cosas que resuenan, las que me hacen temblar y ponen piel de gallina para enseñarme a caminar por un sendero bonito sin un mapa que trazar, que me enseñe los momentos más preciosos del andar y me muestre con mis ojos la función del verbo amar, respirar la y volver a comenzar cada mañana renacido, porque sé que si hay verdad, la cantan los pajaritos a la hora de madrugar, con los ojos de llenamas, aunque no puedan hablar. Búscame en cada verso, siente el tren del universo, iniciar y completar tránsito de lleno a nuevo.
Man, that was beautiful. So you've just been writing that like in the last days, or?
No, it's just the last one. I wrote it some days ago, but you know, it talks about it talks about how humans we are all about dualities, you know, and how we have to get polarized on that duality, you know, even duality. We have to choose.
Yeah.
Maybe we will see with you to go from one or from another, but you can't be all day dualities. Dualities are good to find a midpoint, you know, but
Yeah, some days it's harder to find that balance.
of course, but the most beautiful about dualities is that all the life it's based on dualities, and we could start with on poetry on how sometimes we are up and sometimes we are down.
And we wouldn't even be able to appreciate the up times if we never experienced the down times.
Of course, it is like it is, and
Yeah.
yeah, that song is about it, and most of my creative process, a lot of my creative process is about that dualities. And you know what is a duality that connect us? The cyber Amish duality.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a good thought how we could do to integrate that to our lives. You know, how much we are on the ground, how much we are on the tech.
Yep. It's definitely well worth it every day to go out, get your feet on the ground, get some sunshine on you, keep connected to that Amish side. I try and do that basically every day, like before I start getting online, because I know kind of once I get on, it's hard to get off. So I try and keep a little bit of time for that Amish vibe in the mornings, or I'll take a couple hours off and just go somewhere outside on a walk, or like day before yesterday, went and just had a little bit of time at a friend's who has a big field, and we just had like we set up archery, so like bow and arrow, and we were shooting bow and arrows and throwing knives and crossbows and had a barbecue, and it was just really nice to be like, things are opening up a little bit here in California, the restrictions. So, it's nice to be able to go out and see people a little bit. Super important to keep that aspect of life going too.
Maybe not right now, but in a certain way, when mass media gets crypto adopted, and so even if right now we are like really tech people, I think that it's just a matter of time to get our friends involved, or families involved, or friends, yeah, other communities involved. So when that time comes, I think that we are going to have a different perspective about how to balance that duality, right?
Yeah, that too, because yeah, we're kind of like, pretty much like building the stuff and making the art or the music, doing so much that when everybody's on board, yeah, I think it'll sort of feel like a little like I don't know, it'll feel like it's a little less pressing to like get this stuff done, right? Because we're trying to get it all kind of facing in the right positive direction. So hopefully when these roots are deeper in the ground, and we can kind of step back a little and just kind of look and be like, oh wow, yeah, we have these amazing, huge literary foundations on the blockchain, and music foundations and art foundations and science and feeding the homeless, when all this stuff is kind of rolling on its own, it'll be a different atmosphere, and I think a different feeling, and I think maybe a little easier to find some of the balance.
Yeah, man. It is like it is. I was appreciating to be here and to be able to share all these future aimings, or like perspectives.
Yeah.
Together and learn new only was on the first part, but looks like was a ski round, right?
Yeah, we had it was Rizzle with Skeenee and Connie Digital, who is basically the OG that brought music to the blockchain. So it was such a good one. I would say well worth just going on and listening to it while you're if you're on a walk and you want to just have it in your headphones, or you're on the train or whatever. It would be one to go back and catch for sure. I mean, it was partly fun because Skeenee, when he gets pissed off, he's just swearing left and right. I love it. So they were just both going over like important historical things and kind of ways to enter the space, and then also ranting a little about all the crazy shit that went down with the roll hack. But yeah, it was a good one for sure. But yeah, now I'm in the mood for some music.
Yeah, man. La vida con su camino de espina duele, te lleva por los cielos y otra vez se muerde, sí, te arrastra por los campos de la intolerancia. Agárrate fuerte cuando levantes el salto, o verás, abre tu alma y reconoce las señales que el universo va dejándote. Crece por dentro, no debes perder el tiempo. Salta al abismo, te arrepentirás. Y llámame, si encuentras la receta, llámame. Compártela con tu hermano y muéstrame los poemas que has escrito con la mano. Oh, mamá, cada vez lo veo más claro. Quizás fueron tus palabras, tu cabeza te hice caso. Oh, mamá, cómo pasan los años, tanto tiempo fuera de casa, yo espero tu garbanzo. Batalla larga la de comprender al hombre, camina siempre por el filo entre las sombras y habita bien despacio el campo donde habita el miedo. Hay un canuto y dale de fumar, respira con paciencia, siempre hay una vez primera, y cuando llegue sabotea y luego grábalo. No escupas alto que después suele caer encima. Si quieres frío, arrímate al calor. Llámame, si encuentras la receta, llámame. Compártela con tu hermano y muéstrame los poemas que has escrito con la mano. Oh, mamá, más claro, quizás fueron tus palabras y pocas veces te hice caso. Oh, mamá, como pasan los años, tanto tiempo fuera de casa, yo menos tu garbanzo.
Awesome.
We are 42 hertz. We are like really low frequency in a way. I don't think. I think that today the guitar is sounding like kind of, I don't know, relaxing.
I like the relaxing.
Ahora que el cielo llora, se limpia el callejón, aroma pétrico invade mi pulmón. Ahora que el alma llora, se limpia el corazón, aroma de dulzón, incienso de canela. Calma, calma, Ese es el sonido mental. Sienta tu ira y dale agua. Dale agua. Deja que cese el estruendo mental. Abandona el miedo y mueve tus alas. Mueve tus alas. Calma, 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 calma. Ahora que el cuerpo sabe que tienes el control, pues ponlo en acción. Construye tu mañana. Ahora que es ahora y tienes la noción, el tiempo se fue. Construye tu mañana. Calma, 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 calma. Brújula de mi corazón, indícame mi caminar, no importa el punto cardinal, hay tanto que quiero mirar, de este a oeste, ¿qué más da? Concédeme el don de volar. Ay, brújula, brújula de mi corazón. No es cuestión de dirección. Enséñame mi caminar. Oh, brújula, brújula. Y ella respondió. No te tomes nada personal, nadie a ti te quiere lastimar, todo el sufrimiento es opcional, el aprendizaje quedará. Honra tus palabras al hablar, sé coherente con cómo te expresas, la autenticidad es prioridad, tu valor no se expresa en moneda, no se ponga sobre los demás, una duda te puede acabar, con tus ojos a observarte a ti, mira cómo puedes mejorar, pa' que hagas siempre preguntar, trae aquí a tu mejor versión, si te esfuerzas en el porvenir, el nuevo sol renovará tu alma. Oh, 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 oh.
That was epic, bro.
Hey, you know what I started today to do?
What?
I started to make a gratitude journal. You know,
Oh, nice.
just a short stuff to catch up, to create new thoughts. You know, we have to show ourselves like self-discipline and to know that discipline is something healthy for us. You know.
Absolutely. Writing, doing little journals like that is always super beneficial. I've started and then stopped and then started and then stopped, but anytime I get into the habit of doing some journaling, I notice that I get way more like productive creatively. It's definitely true, I think, in my case. And just a way to like kind of affirm, what you're doing. If you're working on a project, it just kind of helps you get in line with your own self. So that's awesome. And it's really important to show gratitude towards the kind of blessings we have, really no matter where they're coming from.
Yeah. Also, we are always stand to the path of like less resistance and less is like negative, right? Like maybe we are like always like what's that song? Did you hit that?
Sorry, the last few words kind of cut out there.
Yeah. That it's always easy to see the bad things on or on you know, but we have to make an extra energy use, or more like a focused energy use, you know, to see the positive and even to manifest the positive.
Super important. Yeah, it can be real easy and kind of a trap to fall in. And I know people that kind of fall into that sometimes, where they're always seeing the bad thing that happened, or this went wrong and then that went wrong, and it feels like the whole world's kind of against you. But even if you can just grab onto some of the little good things that happen and put your focus there, in general, that's going to bring more of the positivity. So it is really important that we're able to acknowledge when things are tough, but then also try and focus on the positive things that are happening. So that little journal sounds really like a great idea.
Yeah, to be glad about life. To be glad about life.
Yeah.
La vida siempre está muy bella, pero sé yo que a veces me marchito porque no quiero escuchar. Vivir en un panal de abejas, pero tener miedo de si te pica y no salir a volar. Sentirse preso en un planeta porque la tierra queda muy chiquita y no saberla cuidar. Entonces iniciar la guerra, pero tener miedo de si se acaba por no saber hacer más. La vida siempre está muy fea, pero soy yo que a veces me corrompo porque no encuentro la paz. Entonces un camino fácil, y como me encanta disfrutar de gratis, yo no me siento a dudar. La duda la mejor locura, incertidumbre para mi fortuna se me da al caminar. El tiempo es mi mejor amigo, ese que me saco siempre del bolsillo, quiere quedarse a jugar. Entonces disfruto del cuento, es lo que me queda para este momento donde reencuentro la paz. Y hago uso de conciencia para poder mover la fibra y una semilla sembrar. Semilla que dará semilla, no la que me vende en la maquinita, un regalo natural. La vida siempre está muy bella y me sonríe para que le sonría, porque la vida es amar. La vida es amar. La vida es amar.
Love that one. And for anybody that didn't catch it, the co-op phrase just got dropped in the chat.
Poep on a rope.
Poep on a row up. Feels like in
On a
the
rope.
feels like a dabby thing. So I still haven't gotten news on Dab Dragon. So just keep those prayers going out there. Hopefully he's doing okay or on the road to recovery. Maybe just taking some time if he was he's been off for a while. So I hope that he is like I said, on the road to recovery and just taking some time before getting back on to the all-encompassing life-eating world of crypto.
Yeah, man, I hope he's getting better when the time comes. Stop resting and he get,
Yeah, me too. And if I do get news, I will share it. I just had, a couple people had reached out to me and asked, and I thought I'd just share that here, that I don't have any news, but definitely thinking of him, daily, and just sending those positive vibes out.
Yeah, man. That dragon is part of the vibe of the place. I don't know. I was here. I was vibing. I was knowing. It's to make good humor like him is to be a really really intelligent man, and I really appreciate his vibe. Always, being funny and being serious and being conscious and being and showing us how to be.
Yeah, to be, it takes intelligence to always be able to come back with that, those witty remarks, and then at the same time to be helping anyone and everyone that needs it. So yeah, just everybody out there, keep Dab Dragon in your thoughts and prayers, and I guess that's what we can do on our end for right now.
Yeah, let's sing this song for
Yeah.
mate. Yeah. I'm going to sing a song about faith. Yeah, it's just a matter of time, right? So
Yeah.
and it's maybe a dark time. But I feel it that it's like really a dark time for a lot of people right now. I don't know if a lot of you, and I don't hope that, but kind of weird that on my surroundings, friends, family. So I feel like this sadness in the atmosphere, and it's like, well, yeah, this year and so, but that only means that we are going to rise up. This is a song about dualities, like to go up and down. A veces me aferro tanto a los momentos que cuando se acaban me causan dolor. Y ese es mi karma de tanto soñar. Que el tiempo todo lo cambia. Que el tiempo es transformación. Que el tiempo es una distancia que cambia la percepción. Tu frío quítamelo, no me entristezca. Eterna madrugada nos mira en un rincón, baila sin distracción la canción de la muerte. Nuestro código inherente también se hizo canción. Tanto talento que tienen tus ojos tardíos. Muero de risa con todos tus juegos mentales. El argumento más denso ahora es la brisa de tus valores tan tiernos y tan naturales. Con Te conecto los puntos a tiempo con rimas. Y tú no sabes de dónde mis disparates. Y manifiesto seguido en los medios ya. Queda color de mi esencia a tus realidades. Y a veces despierto en plena madrugada, como pidiendo a gritos un color, una tonalidad más clara, que luces también color y notas musicales, un signo zodiacal. El arte es su motor, tu frío que calor, no me entristeza, eterna madrugada. Bailaba sin distracción la canción de la muerte. Nuestro código inherente también se hizo canción. Tanto talento que tienen tus ojos tardíos. Muero de risa con todos tus juegos mentales. El argumento más denso ahora es la prisa. Tus valores tan tiernos y tan ideales. Si conecto los puntos a tiempo con rimas. Tú no sabes de dónde van mis disparates. Y manifiesto seguido en el día. Queda color de mi esencia a tus realidades.
Awesome, brother. That was beautiful. I love that song.
Sending vibes to that dragon, sending a prayer to him to get better, to be doing what he loves, and to be drinking water too. You know, to keep hydrated.
Yeah.
Hydrate.
Super important for all of us to stay hydrated. If you've gotten thirsty or your lips are like kind of dry, you are already super dehydrated. So just remember, drink water every day, many glasses, and you will be happier and healthier.
Today I miss it a lot to drink water because on the morning I forgot to fill up the bottles when the water arrived, and we just have water 2 hours a day in the morning. So I missed the water. Today just 7 p.m. arrive and have to water and then head it up, you know.
Yeah. You have to boil it.
Yeah, boil it. Boil the water.
Yeah, boil. Yeah.
And
yeah,
it's nice to drink water. And some days like this that I forgot to fill up my water, and I have this meditation about no water on your day. Helps to help you appreciate how is water so important, and how we are nothing without water, how we are so simple humans, you know, how we are always on, or we always have to take care of us, you know. We are like complex plants.
Yes, and it's, just for people that, maybe are newer or don't know you yet, but, that is definitely, here in most of the United States have, access to good, clean drinking water in many places, and including Venezuela. It's a lot harder because, Jose just has a couple of times a day where the water is on, so that you have to, get your water for the day then and have that set up. If you're out working or something comes up and you can't be home, then that's pretty rough. You don't have your water for the day. So, definitely and enjoy it when you have it, and respect it. And it's a super important part of life.
Yeah, maybe I could go and buy some water on the store. Yeah, but you know that I'm so into crypto, and I'm so out of the system that I don't have a debit card. I never have a debit card in my life. So right now I'm not like able to cash out, but you know what? Talking about this, maybe I took a picture today. Yeah, see this. I was on the street and see this on a street near my house. A crypto store, no?
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm sending the picture, but it's download. Oh, give me to do something better.
That sounds pretty cool. A crypto store that you just happen to walk by in Caracas, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to show you. I have a picture, and I talked to the person because I want to know how he adopt technology to be a merchant, because I could open that information, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's hugely
Yeah.
important. I was really impressed one day in a pretty small like beach town in Costa Rica. There was like a sign up for like, you know, Bitcoin exchange, but the place had already closed, but the sign had been there for a few years. So I was just like, oh, that's awesome that somebody was doing, you know, like crypto. And I think maybe they had a little Bitcoin ATM there for set up for a while, but you know, when the price of Bitcoin goes up and up, then you know, there's not enough room to take the cash and give you your Bitcoin, or take the Bitcoin and give you your cash at this point. Okay, there it is. Bodegón Crypto. Oh, whoa! So it's like a dairy, like cheese and like a fancy cheese shop that's accepting Bitcoin or other
Yeah,
cryptos.
it's
That's
some
really
kind of
cool.
fancy cheese shop. Yeah, they only accept Ethereum, but then I go inside and I was like, really my poker face, like, hey, do you accept whale? Do you accept
Nice,
do you
nice.
accept school? And I was inside, and you know, the other day I went to a tattoo store. I go inside and I saw with a lot of schools, and I go and, hey, do you accept school? And the person like, what is school? And you know, I just go there and talk to the people, and the person is like, what is this? They get so excited, you know.
Dude, that's awesome. Right. We got to get them, I guess, in here so they can see how many of us are here excited about it. And then that will spread to them, and they'll want to, you know, be able to accept these other currencies and then talk about it to, you know, their people. Because, yeah, that would be amazing. If you could
Yeah,
go into a place and buy a bottle of water with, you know, 0.1 whale or what, you know, whatever it is. I mean, that's really great that you can buy, you know, fancy cheese with Ethereum, but it would be even better
it's just
if you could buy other stuff with it.
yeah, man.
Maybe that should be a song title or something. Fancy cheese for Ethereum.
It is for Ethereum. Oh man, the other day I hit my head 3 times with the
Oh,
same stick, you know, with the same three
yeah.
times, and I cracked my head, you know. I cracked my head. I don't know why, but that learned me a song, a lesson, you know. Was terrible, man. And what 3 times I just like make me thought a lot about life.
Yep,
To be
yep.
honest.
I can totally relate. I've definitely had similar experiences or just days where you like, yeah, you hit your knee on the car door like, you know, a couple of times and you're like, why am I doing that? Like, you know, and it just kind of, yeah, it makes you step back and think like, okay, I must be doing some like I'm in too much of a rush, or I'm not paying attention, or you know, so it makes you reflect a little.
Yeah, yeah, man. Um, the Avila Mountain. I was there yesterday. I'm near the mountain right now, and it is a blessing. But you know something? I don't understand why um the military and the cops and the people with suits, I don't know, they are like, you know, restricting people right now. The lockdown. and you can't go to the mountain. And I don't understand why they,
Whoa.
it's an open space. I don't get the idea. I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't think that they have any good reason for that. It's just,
Good stuff.
they
is that
want to flex and say, "Oh no, we're in control. You can't go, to the
yeah,
mountain or to
good
the
good stuff.
beach." Or,
Good stuff. I don't know if good stuff. Of if you want, you could bring like 1 kilogram of rice or of sugar or some product, and they let you in.
huh?
It is like, yeah, it's like something really normal here. It's
That
like,
yeah, that is messed up.
yeah, it's like if you saw them, you already know you have that possibility.
Right. Right. They're just putting out that whole vibe of
Yeah.
we have the power, so you either pay to get what you want or you don't get to.
The other
Man.
day, I don't know if you remember, but I remember to tell that story that day because I have it a concert here that day. But some cops, I was on a car with a friend, and some cops take off like $20 from us, and was with no reason, only because we went there and they were there. And after taking our 20, they tried to sell me a paper, it's something that it haven't sense, can't have it,
No, yeah. I mean, God, it's tough. The whole system is built on a broken foundation, right? So hopefully, the movement that we're seeing now, artistically, financially, all these things, hopefully we're, laying the system that can counter that archaic system that is basically just to put all the wealth in a few hands. So, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, but I know that three hits I gave myself with that wood are going
Yeah,
to help me to write music.
there you go.
Yeah,
That's a good tree.
yeah, it was a tree. Yeah, it's a good punchline. Ay, si el silencio hablara, pues seríamos culpables del amor. Ay, si tu piel temblaba, qué divino saber que trata el amor. Amor eterno, lo que siento, lo que tengo para dar. Amor sincero, no te niego que te quiero dibujar. El silencio es un contraste de todo lo que pasaste. Ya no queda nada, solo paz. Sientes no tienes escape, porque te encontré infraganti, pero solo existe perdonar. Que me juzgue Dios, ya no lo haré yo. Buscaré ser mi amigo tocando dirección. Que me mire el sol y me dé calor. Energía, motor para la transformación. Inspiración divina, te digo que bienvenida. Es un honor sintonizarte aquí. Silencio que ilumina, agua tan cristalina, que en su reflejo todo deja ver. Silencio que perfuma el ambiente con la luna, mostrándote los pasos a volver. ojos y despierta de una vez. Los ojos y despierta de una vez. Quiero saber si te cambias de piel por ser muy singular. Entraste en un pincel, te hiciste música, cansada de beber en copas de cristal. El barro fue a moldear un vaso para tu ser, sí, un vaso para tu ser, yo, un vaso para tu ser, un vaso para tu ser. Observo cómo la naturaleza se manifiesta en mis dedos. Me voy quitando los nervios, pero no el tiempo. Tiempo que se llama presente, regalo del que estoy consciente. Entonces agradezco el estar aquí, poder ver, sentir el fin sin un final. Observo cómo la naturaleza se manifiesta en mis versos. Me voy quitando los nervios y canta el ruiseñor. Y quiero saber si te cambias de piel por ser muy singular. Entraste en un pincel, te hiciste música, cansada de beber en copas de cristal. El barro fue a moldear un vaso para tu ser, sí, un vaso para tu ser, yo, un vaso para tu ser, un vaso para tu ser. Ay, si el silencio hablará, un código básico para tus hábitos tóxicos, para cambiarte el sonido, para moldearte el oído. Tengo un bálsamo ácido, dulce como la realidad, para limpiarte por dentro, presacando lo feo. Sueño que tengo la última palabra en esta historia. El infinito de aquel día quedó en mi memoria. Como hay que saber, a veces sientes todo un batallón, a veces la hormiga ruge al león, a veces Marte saca su color. Como hay que saber, no todo siempre se hace bien ver, y lo sagrado siempre al estar, si no nosotros vamos a ver. Yo que tengo la última palabra en esta historia. El infinito de aquel día que quedó en mi memoria. Yo soy tan solo uno de los dos polos de esta historia a la mitad. Apenas medio elenco estable, una de las dos variables en esta polaridad. Más y menos, y en el otro extremo de esa línea tú. Mi tormento, mi fabuloso complemento, mi fuente de salud. Deseo, mira, mira, te veo, mira, te veo, donde mire te veo. de magnetismo, dos polos opuestos buscando lo mismo. Deseo te veo, mira donde mire te veo, donde mire te veo. Que hace millones de siglos en un microscópico mundo distante se unieron. Tu celo es cualquiera. Deseo, mire donde mire te veo, donde mire te veo, donde mire te veo.
Bo, 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 bo. Love it. I love it so much. I'm actually in the car. I jumped in during that song. I realized I live in a real small town and the stores close early and stuff. And I was like, oh, I need to get to the store still. So I'm actually live streaming from the car right now. Been a freaking amazing show. Love you all. We can still hang out and party. I will probably just lose reception here. But yeah, thank you all for coming. If I do lose reception here, I'll jump back in a minute, and feel free to keep the party going. Yeah, peace, love, and whipsy.
Peace, love, and whipsy. Well, I have a special song to share. This song is called Constellation Woman, and it's one of my favorite songs. I wrote it a year ago. Oh, one sec. Yeah, this song talks about a conjunction between Moon and Venus. It talks about the Orion constellation. And I don't know if you are there, Ezin. Well, he lives, but
I am. I'm still here.
you are here.
I'm listening.
You know that
Oh, damn, I think I just lost it.
Irene is trying to go inside the podcast and she can't enter to the voice. We don't know why.
Let me see if I can get that set up here. Glad I'm still with a decent connection.
Your forklift is definitely.
Ready?
Oh, that's how many towels
Just
we have
pulled
left?
over so I can try and grab that. I'm scrolling. We got a lot of people in here.
Yeah, I keep taking.
Let's see. Still
Let's
scrolling.
say tell them that
Where is she?
they need to leave like a little bit. We get a lot of pallets, but when we start, it's not like we pull pallets out of our ass.
Mm.
Hey,
She's in the voice, just can't unmute.
Could you bring Greg with you?
She says that he can't
I thought he would.
like enter to the.
I'm looking for her.
It's asking everyone else. That's fun. He's like, anyone want some? Holy crap! What? Oh my gosh! And he doesn't give you any money for that? Should at least pay for the gas. Jeez, that's freaking make it to
Sorry,
work.
guys.
Crap.
Hi there.
Yeah, I know. I can. Well, Levi, you want to check outside to see if there's any pallets out there. You know where they. Go check to see if there's any pallets outside.
Let's see. That's
And
weird.
then,
It doesn't look
Jacob,
like it
you
was
want to come
server
help me find
muted.
You hear that?
The back door? No,
Just
it shouldn't
you.
be. Why? You think there are pallets out there? Well, if you want to grab someone in receiving, you can open the door just by pressing the button.
Yeah, that's weird. I'm not seeing her even in the voice when I'm scrolling.
So weird.
Maybe to have her hop out and hop back in. I'm gonna do the same.
Do you know that after wrote that song, after wrote Constellation Woman, that talks about the stars and about the planets. Some days after that was a confusion between Moon and Venus on the sky, and some days before that, I saw it a lot of UFOs, but a lot of UFOs. You know, like a lot of UFOs. And well, it was kind of magical, kind of beautiful experience in my life. And well, it was like kind of, I don't know, when that kind of stuff happens, I just start to feel really um, happy for the life itself and the mysteries of the universe. Well, did you hear me, guys? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
Jose, we hear you.
well, we were trying, but well, Irene told me that she can't enter. Well, doesn't matter. I'm going to share this song with all of you, fam, with all the love. And well, last two songs of the night, last two songs of the night. If you want some song you want to hear, feel free to do so. Constellation Woman. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I need new strings. New strings. Mm. Hoy el cielo proyectó en tu cuerpo los astros. Mujer constelación, un cinturón de Orión, se refleja en tus pasos. Y si te vuelves fugaz, pues pediría un deseo. Que la sincronicidad se mantenga en tus pasos. Escucho en la calma de tu risa que el camino estará bien. Me miran tus ojos de estrellitas y no evito sentir fe. Pues para vivir en sana paz tengo que confesar, siento flores en el pecho que se quieren arraigar y vivir en tu planeta de luna y Venus. Hoy el cielo proyectó lunares de tu cuerpo. No sería coincidencial, pues es de buen saber que es una galaxia. Oh, 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 que es una galaxia. Thank you, guys. Me cansé de asomarme al abismo que habita dentro de mí. Y sentí como el beso que arrastraba de repente se marchó. Llegó en la mitad de la oscuridad. Sí, sí se puede. Comprendí que aún no hay tormenta donde las nubes soy yo. Desde adentro hacia afuera se vive mejor. No me quieren detener. Préstame tan solo un poco de esa bella luz cuando ya no puedo más. Comprendí que debajo de un olivo el mundo se ve mejor. Pude ver que en los ojos de los perros ahora está la humanidad. Comprendí que tan solo soy un niño que siempre quiere buscar. Y encontré una fórmula prohibida que se llama libertad. Desde adentro hacia afuera se vive mejor. No me quieren detener. Préstame tan solo un poco de esa bella luz cuando ya no pueda más. Oh, no te alejes, no. Quédate cerca de mí, no te escondas ya. No te pierdas más, no te marches, no. un minuto vale mucho más cuando el camino es continuo. Y dame solo un poco de esa bella luz cuando ya no pueda más. Let's share another song. ¿Quieres tocar, Irene? ¿Quieres tocar una canción? Anda, comparte una canción. Comparte una. Compártela. Sigo buscando ríos, buscando cada día sigo buscándote en lo profundo del corazón. Comparte eso. Voy a tocar una canción yo mientras esperamos para que abras ese micrófono. I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Give me your emotions and an echo and so much space. And with you out there without getting out, but it was because I didn't know enough. I just know tomorrow. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. Possibly. I hope that you're having the time of your life. But think twice, yeah. That's my only advice. Come on now, who do you think you are? Ha ha ha, let your soul. You're within your control. Yeah. I feel crazy. I feel crazy. I feel crazy. Just like me. My heroes had the card to lose their lives on me. And I remember thinking, I want to be like them. Ever since I was little, it looked like fun. And it's not coincidence I become. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe we're crazy. Just like me. crazy, though. That's crazy, though. Yeah. Irene, ¿cómo vas? ¿Tienes ya la guitarra a la mano? Bueno, me cantó otra, te esperamos aquí. I thought I had it all together. That I was never straight. The day you walk away, you were clock tea in my heart. Change my state of mind, but also hard to find. Your feelings change like the weather. Went from clear to gray on that cloudy day. How can I go on with that bomb in the palm? Love so hard to find, but someone's on your mind. Listen, baby, your wish is my command. Baby, won't you understand that your wish is my command? Why can't you make my baby understand? Something tells me I can see us there, waving unaware of troubles that have a tendency to keep the truth confined, far from our minds. You need someone you can believe in. This I do declare, trust me, I'll be there. The road that leads to heaven can be so steep. I will have you climb, change your state of mind. Listen, baby, your wish is my command. Baby, won't you understand that your wish is my command? Why can't you make my baby understand that your wish is my command? Baby, won't you understand that your wish is my command? Why can't you make my baby understand? Desnúdame, juega conmigo a ser la perdición que todo hombre quisiera tener. Y olvídate de todo lo que fui y quiéreme por lo que pueda llegar a ser en tu vida tan loca y absurda como la mía. ay, como la mía. Tú piensas que la luna estará llena para siempre. Yo busco tu mirada ante los ojos de la gente. Tú guardas en el alma bajo llave lo que sientes. Lloro por tus palabras que desgarran como dientes. Tú sufres porque no sabes cómo parar tiempo. Yo sufro porque no sé de qué muy bien. Dulce y hechizante que se escapa de boca con solo una sonrisa. Se volvió loca. Ay, volvió loca. No busques más, que yo te voy a dar todo el calor que no te daba la barra del bar donde te vi por primera vez, donde aprendí que se podía llorar también de alegría. Soy de tu boca, tú a la mía, guay, tú a la mía. Tú piensas que la luna está llena de para siempre. Yo busco tu mirada ante los ojos de la gente. Tú guardas en el alma bajo llave lo que sientes. Yo rompo con palabras que desgarran como dientes. Tú sufres porque no sabes cómo parar el tiempo. Yo sufro porque no sé qué color es el viento, tan dulce y hechizante que se escapa de tu boca con solo una sonrisa. Mi cabeza volvió loca. Ay, volvió loca. Maybe another cover of Melendi. Me gusta burda Melendi, tiene unas canciones bien bonitas. Aquí una canción linda de él. Un despecho, a ver, este es un despecho lindo. Como un soldadito desplomado por la luna en tu ventana. Como aquel acento que buscaba sus palabras, y estoy yo. Es verdad, nunca me dio esperanza, pero tampoco me las quitó. Quizá fue la puta de la duda la que me llevó al error. Como un paraíso desolado sin costilla ni manzana. Como el aprendiz de caballero más tonto de camelo. Como se quedó Escarlata O'Hara viendo aquel viento que se llevó todo lo lo que ella más quería, fue por eso que juró. Hoy no salgo de mi casa, lo de afuera ya no me interesa. Ella no me besaría ni aunque lo que digan mil pruebas. Siempre me decía con su melodía que algún día iba a llorar. Y ahora que estoy solo y loco entre cuatro paredes, rodeado de pósters llenos de bellas mujeres, me voy dando cuenta poco a poco que solo me importas tú y que mis labios ya no son el cementerio donde los tuyos vienen a morir, que me has cortado el aire sin remedio, me va a costar poder sobrevivir, que me has tirado al mar de pies atados y sujetando los recuerdos con las manos. Como una colilla bien marcada por el rojo de tus labios. Como solamente Peter desde que tú te llevaste el pan. Como un tonto haciendo tonterías. Eso es lo que dice mi mamá. Sentado en la parada de tu casa, igualito que Forrest Gump. Hoy no salgo de mi casa, lo de afuera ya no me interesa. Ella no me besaría ni aunque lo predigan mil profetas. Siempre me decía con su melodía que algún día iba a llorar. Y ahora que estoy solo y loco entre cuatro paredes, rodeado de pósters llenos de bellas mujeres, me voy dando cuenta poco a poco que solo me importas tú, que mis labios ya no son el cementerio donde los tuyos vienen a morir, que me ha robado el aire sin remedio, me va a costar poder sobrevivir, que me has tirado al mar de pies atados y sujetando los recuerdos con las manos. Y en el pasado me quedé cuando te volvías loca. Siempre que yo tocaba las espaldas por debajo de la ropa. Siempre que me disparabas con todo la que me roba. Cuando me pedías guerra y una vez un sol quemado por la luna de nada. Esta es mi. No quiero cantos de sirena, no quiero nudos de garganta, no quiero bailar con la pena, porque me da miedo pisarla. No quiero saber de lo que hablo, no quiero andarme por las ramas, no quiero saber por diablo lo que por viejo se me escapa. No conozco mandamientos más allá de mis narices, por eso llevo remiendos en el alma y cicatrices, y mi corazón ya viejo, maltratado y con estrías, de tanto mezclar las penas con tan pocas alegrías. Tengo una vena averiada en el corazón que está muy mal y se cala cuando te veo, mi amor. Y esta ni moriré en un escenario. Quiero venir cuando tú vayas y ver mi nombre en tu diario. Ser como el calvo que se rapa, alzar siempre la cabeza, porque prefieres sentar solo a que empuje la certeza. Conozco mandamientos más allá de mis narices, por eso llevo remiendos en el alma y cicatrices. Mi corazón ya viejo, maltratado y con estrías, de tanto mezclar las penas con tan pocas alegrías. Tengo una vena averiada en el corazón que está muy mal y se cala cuando te veo, mi amor. Tengo una vena averiada y esta canción de amor que está caducada. Tengo un corazón mutilado de esperanza y de razón. Tengo un corazón que madruga donde quiera. Ay, 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 este corazón se desnuda de impaciencia ante tu voz. Pobre corazón que no atrapa su cordura. Quisiera ser un pez para tocar mi nariz en tu pecera y hacer burbujas de amor por donde quiera. Oh, pasa la noche mojado en ti, un pez para bordar de corales tu cintura y hacer de amor bajo la luna. Saciar esta locura mojado en ti. Canta corazón con un ancla imprescindible de ilusión. Sueña corazón, no te nubles de amargura. Y este corazón se desnuda de impaciencia ante tu voz. Pobre corazón que no atrapa su cordura. Quisiera ser un pez para tocar mi nariz en tu pecera y hacer burbujas de amor por donde quieras. Oh, pasar la noche en vela, mojado en ti. No, chapica, vale. Chapica. Sí, no lo había escuchado porque lo acabo de leer por aquí y en las canciones de Melendi. De repente le tiene una canción. Me gustaría cantar. ¿Qué te muestro? Esta es bella. Quiero que de nada se fuente de tu pelo, que está suelto como mi deseo. Al soplar solo queda una vela. Son las noches que paso llorando, como un perro a la luna cantando toda la discografía de Camela. Quiero que no vuelva a verme desnudo, a mi corazón se le hace un nudo, se me aprieta como una tenaza y tenaza mis nervios, que ya no son de hierro, son de lana. Cuando me miras me vuelvo cordero y cuando no me miras no soy nada. Porque en nuestro planeta ya no hay aire, solo quedan agujeros de bala. baladas que me inyectas en la sangre, volante para la vidana, palabras para rematar un beso de esos que nunca se olvidan, amores de uno de los cuatro vientos, el mío vive en ciudad melancólica. Sueño con casarme contigo en la luna, ya que en la tierra me ha puesto claro que tu corazón no tiene dueño. Pienso, luego existo que estoy a la cola de las olas que mecen los mares, mares que bañan tu pensamiento. Porque en nuestro planeta ya no hay aire, solo quedan agujeros de baladas que me inyectas en la sangre, volante para falda mitana, palabras para arrebatar un beso de esos que nunca se olvidan. Tu amor es de uno de los cuatro vientos y el mío vive en ciudad melancolía. Olé, Melendi, tío. Volante para falda. Coño, esta es bonita, vale. ¿Cómo es que se llama? Vale. Aquí está. Well, this is going to be the last song of the night. Cierra los ojos, párate a pensar, abre los cerrojos que te hacen llorar. Cierra los ojos, párate a pensar. Sal ya de mí, que todo vuelva a ser igual que antes de ti. Me cogiste cuando apenas era un niño, entregame la barra, firme sin la pequeña, donde partías que con tiempo solo me fui dando cuenta que lo raro no era de los demás, y que tú eres sin dudar un arma blanca, más dañina que ninguna de metal. Cierra los ojos, piensa en los demás, tú no sufres solo, quiérete algo más. Cierra los ojos, párate a pensar. Sal ya de mí, que todo vuelva a ser igual que antes de ti. Me cogiste cuando apenas era un niño, entregándome dos alas para volar. Yo firme sin leer la letra pequeña, donde ponía la hostia que me iba a pegar. Con el tiempo solo me fui dando cuenta que lo raro no era lo de los demás, que tú eres sin dudar un arma blanca, más dañina que ninguna de metal. Y ahora el tiempo siempre correrá en mi contra, porque yo sé que no descansarás Cuando crecen mis complejos veo tu sombra, ofreciéndome la falsa libertad. Cierra los ojos para pensar. Good night, brothers. I'm going to sleep too. Sending good vibes to all of you. Always a pleasure to perform. Tonight we have some different covers, different music. Hope to have soon more time to study and to bring new songs to all of you. Sending vibes. Good night.